immigration by your standards.
Yes. We
No.
colonized America. We committed genocide and killed 50 million
It's-
Native Americans
Yeah,
unwillingly.
was it a genocide?
Like even so, let's just say
No,
America. Let's just say America wouldn't exist without immigration or founding whatever. Why does that
It
give
was cool.
Why does that give foreigners the right to come here?
it doesn't give foreigners the right to come here. You give foreigners the right to come here. I'm saying, from a perspective of an American, you're making the claim that immigration is bad. You're making the claim that immigration hurts our national image, our identity. And I'm saying your identity
Yes.
as an American is someone who benefited from the immigration of people to collectively form a nation.
Yeah, but they don't
What you're
correlate. You
making
can't
it for
correlate
was a
modern. You can't
racial
correlate
claim.
modern times with ancient times, brother. They don't correlate.
Thank you,
Well,
Mr.
that's
you
just a
American. That wasn't
ridiculous
ancient
argument.
times.
Sir,
That was
you
modern.
don't even need
They
to go to
came here and
ancient times.
founded a nation.
What?
They came
You don't
here,
run-
settled the land,
I'm sorry.
founded a
I'm sorry.
nation.
I'll
That's
The
not
thing is,
immigration.
stop you right there for
guys,
like
you don't even need to go to
That is
ancient
not
times. You
immigration.
can look in the
guy who said
70s.
ancient
You can live in
times.
the
The guy
you can
who
look in the
said ancient
60s
times. That
when
is
essentially major
is
immigration
embarrassing.
happened to America. You can look at the Irish, the Scottish, so on and so on, that immigrated in that time period, and they're considered full-blooded Americans right now.
What's your point?
Oh yeah, King. What's
Point is
your
that
point?
America is a
In that
nation
time
of
period.
immigration.
My
And they're
point
ancient
is
times.
America is a nation of immigrants. All due respect, sir.
What's your point? That's just retarded.
Oh yeah, King.
Point is that
America's
America is a
nation
nation
of
What?
of
natural
immigration.
born citizens. America was never majority immigrants. Never.
That's not what.
Wait-
Do you not know what founded on immigration means? Do you not know what founded on immigration means?
The founding
If
of
there is a
America was
country-
not
let-
on
okay, let-
immigration. That was not a
think about
founding principle of America.
think about this. Think about this, like theoretical island. There's a little island. It has 100 people. Those people, their descendants have been living there for like 50,000 years, right?
Wait.
You come from a neighboring island and you migrate to that island and you establish a country on that island. That country established on that island, that new island, was founded on immigration because the people that founded it aren't historically native to that island. They immigrated from the other countries. This isn't controversial.
That
It's
wouldn't
crazy
be
what you argue
immigration.
with Americans.
Wait.
Why,
This isn't
why would that
controversial.
be? Can you explain to me
Even
why
the
that
most
would be
hardcore
immigration?
Republicans can say America was founded on immigration. That's like
Wait.
Why? I'm not a Republican. Why would that be? Why would that be considered immigration?
Ew,
They're not
because
immigrating
they
to a foreign
migrated from
society.
the other place.
They were not immigrating to a foreign society. That they came and settled. They came and settled that land and founded their own society. They're not immigrating to the.
I don't think you understand. Immigration
society.
isn't going into a country and like signing a visa. Immigration is going from a country that you currently live in to a different country that you don't currently live in but are going to live in. That's what immigration is.
They
It's
never
not.
went to a different country. The European colonists never came here to different countries. They came and settled their own land.
It was not part of their country. They went to They went out of their country and established a new country.
Guys, can I?
Founded on immigration from the original country.
I'm gonna.
This is
The
this is
definition
crazy.
of immigration, the action of coming to live permanently in a foreign
guys.
country. Yeah, the
Guys.
colonists never came here to live in foreign countries.
Hold on, everyone,
They settled
please.
their own countries.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Hold on, please, everyone. Hold on. Listen, I created this room, so I want to personally debate one-on-one anyone, one by one. I don't want to like a dog pile, whatever. I don't want many on many. That's a waste of time.
Those are good though. Mini on mini is very
It's
good.
just me and him
Yeah,
talking though.
if you want many on many, you can create your own room, like with all due
All
respect.
right, I will. Actually, yeah, you will. Fuck you.
Oh my god. Anyway, so does anyone want to
I'll
debate
probably have to
me?
go soon, so I'm probably not going to be able to do that, Mr. Slave.
Bro, ain't no one wants to debate your goofy ass.
Jesus. All right. Anyone?
Bro, what? I was here before everyone here doing it.
Okay, so does anyone want to debate me one-on-one? My position is that immigration is bad. So tell me what you think.
Okay, why is immigration bad?
Okay, so perfect immigration is neutral. And there's no perfect immigration, there's only imperfect, therefore it's bad. So let's define bad. So bad means it reduces the quality of life of the average American mathematically. So
I mean,
Why-
Jason is about
wait,
Let
one
him
on
finish
one.
this
So I'm
debate.
only one on one. I'm debating only one person. So who is it? Is it Al?
I guess I'll
okay.
give you like 10,
With
20 minutes.
Uncle,
Wait,
anyways.
pick one of you. Step up and let's debate. So who is it?
I'll do it.
Okay, Al. Good. Yeah. So the definition. What's good and bad? So good and bad. Good means it increases the quality of life of the average American. That's good. We're talking about America. We're talking about the USA right now.
Yeah, sure. It's basically the same around the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. So good means increases the quality of life of the average American. So and the average quality of life is measured by GDP per capita. Usually that's like the best metric to measure quality of life, average quality of life. It's the total production of
sure.
what? It's the total production of the entire economy divided by the
I know what GDP is for.
Okay, GDP per
Fine.
capita. Okay. So
Yeah.
so when we import an immigrant, a perfect immigrant that has net zero effect on the economy, because I'm assuming that the imported immigrant is no different than an American. Like there's nothing different genetically. Therefore, there's nothing different in an immigrant compared to a U.S. born and bred citizen or whatever, an existing U.S. citizen. There is no difference. So when you bring in an immigrant, that immigrant is not going to be more productive, doesn't have the potential to be more productive. That's the assumption. So therefore, perfect immigration, if everything, works out perfectly, which it never does, obviously, but, if everything works out perfectly, then it's neutral. And if anything doesn't, what?
The amount of assumptions that the assumption made there is that the GDP per capita is spread evenly among all members of the people.
No,
But there's an issue.
I didn't really make.
No,
I didn't make that assumption.
sure. You didn't make the assumption, but
That's the assumption.
then that'll be. I guess that'll be
We can assume that.
a rebuttal.
I mean, the U.S. is. Well, the U.S. is no, that it's tangential to our discussion because you're not that has to do with equality, and the U.S. is pretty much
No, not equality. Not equality. Different than equality. I'm not talking about equality. There are people that contribute negatively to the economy.
No.
Right, such as old people. Right.
What?
Yeah. Retired people. They consume. They don't add. Right.
Yes.
So but they still. In many, I assume America has pension, right? Unless it's a hellhole. Do you guys have pensions for old people? I know you have Medicare.
Look, so I mean, okay, let's assume that yes, the government has a social network that covers, if you're born retarded or you become retarded or whatever, society takes care of you. So you're dead weight on society, and society takes care of you. Okay, so
sure. My point is that when you work, right, you work usually for someone else, and also to support the economy as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And first of all, when a population grows, right, that allows for the growth of the economy, not just as a whole, but also on a per capita level.
No.
Because
no, it doesn't.
Yes.
No, it doesn't. Absolutely.
Well, if you look at it does.
No.
There are whole countries where the economic economic system.
No, it doesn't. Look, growing
take Japan. Take Japan.
You don't need to bring in examples. It doesn't make any sense. When you grow the total economy, you're not changing the economy per person. That stays the same. Like these two things.
Let me tell you why.
Like if you bring in an immigrant, like if I have if the population grows, why would my quality of life go up or down? That doesn't like. The economy grows.
Because there's more people
so what?
to do stuff.
Yes.
Right. There's more people to do stuff and more for each other. When
Yeah,
there's more
yeah,
people, the efficiency goes up.
no, it
It's
doesn't.
just the like economies of
No,
scale 101.
no,
A country of one person
not
will always be
necessarily.
poorer than an
That's
economy of
not.
10 people
That's
per
not.
person.
No, that's not necessarily
That's
true. Economy.
absolutely the case.
No,
Absolutely the case.
no, it's not. Then no, it's not true. There's no reason. No, prove it. Why would it be true? Why would growing
Okay,
the
let's think
economy
about
make
it.
it more efficient? Why? It just grows.
No,
Whatever. It's the same system. It grows. It multiplies. Who cares? The system per person is the same. Logically, why would it change? And you can see it
logically it is,
statistically.
but
Statistically, you see it. The U.S. population keeps growing at like 1 or 2 or 3% per year, but the GDP per capita grows at a
it's
constant.
also growing.
Yeah, at a constant. Basically 3% per year, but the two things have nothing to do with each other. There's no relation. Many countries, right? The two things have not. There's no reason to think that there is correlation. Why would you think? Or there might be correlation, but
The
there's no cause and
relation,
effect.
the relations. No.
Let's assume.
The
Let's assume there
relation.
isn't. Look,
Okay,
let's
dude,
just assume. Otherwise, we're gonna
let
just
me speak. The whole
go
time
ahead.
is you've been speaking,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. The relation isn't as active as you think. The relation is more to cover a gap, right?
What do you mean?
If everyone
Mhm.
just had 2 children, 2.1 children on
Mhm,
average
mhm,
per woman, right?
mhm.
That would cover replacement, and then the general population would stay the same, and the economy should do relatively fine, right?
No, nothing to do.
Yeah.
Nothing to do. Who cares what happens to the population, whether it goes up or down? That's it. That's completely.
Okay, let's take Japan. Let's take Japan,
I think
right?
that's due to
So
automation, but there's going to be a point where it
No.
just
I'm
drops
sorry.
off,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
mm,
You're
Death.
gonna need people
No.
to do
No.
people's work.
No.
wait,
Death.
okay,
It's
dude,
one
the
on
whole
one.
time it's me trying to explain something, and you're saying no.
No.
Please,
It's
let me
one.
speak,
I'm
please.
saying, Al. It's one on one. It's me and you. Death. I'm sorry. You can
Yeah.
be next. Go
I'll be
on,
next.
Al.
Okay. So let's take Japan for example. So it has a declining birth rate, and so that means that it has an aging population. So what does that mean? So that means the number of unproductive people in an economy grows, and so the burden placed on the younger people grows as well.
Yeah, these are all correlations.
That
These are just
is
correlations.
a. Are you saying that a
Yeah.
high number of old people compared to low people doesn't add financial spread
Correct. It's
stress
just
to
correlation.
younger
It's
people?
correlation. It's correlation because you have an age at which you send people out of the economy. They stop working. They go into pension. You force them. You force them into early. You force them into retirement. If you didn't force people into retirement, they would continue fully function. There's not enough jobs. Like Japan has a problem with unemployment. So it's all correlation. You need to prove things from first principles. I'll always tell you everything you'll say from statistics. I'll tell you it's just correlation. You need to prove
No.
things. Mhm.
Japan's unemployment problems come from an industry problem, right?
It
It's
doesn't matter, but
financial
it
stress
has.
problem.
Yeah, but it has
No,
unemployment.
I'm saying it's. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm saying it's irrelevant to what I'm trying to say, right? I'm trying to say that there's financial pressure placed on the children, on the younger people,
Because
to
you're
support the older
forcing
people.
because you're forcing the old into early retirement because there is a retirement age. Remove the retirement age and let's have this discussion again. Until then, it's
Yeah,
just
but
correlation.
do you not think a retirement age is a good thing?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. That's like I mean, look. What do you mean, good or bad? Like you're interfering.
As what?
What do you mean? What?
Do you not want an age of retirement where people can stop working
Not
and be supported by their government?
personally, no.
You don't. So you want to be 85 years old, but because there's no age of retirement and you don't have any money left, to be fucked essentially.
Yeah,
There's,
exactly.
You should
so
have had
there's no
children
point at which.
saved.
Like whatever, figure it out when you're young.
What?
If you're an idiot, you don't know how to plan your life. Tough luck. Look, no one takes care of me. Why should I take care of someone who's an idiot, who's 85, who didn't plan? Leave me alone. Stop taking my money away and complaining that the economy is going to shite. Like, Like, leave me alone. You're going to
Yeah,
take my
and
money
the thing
to
is,
support
the
all
thing
the.
is, it's not the middle class that are causing these issues. You know, it's the 1%.
King of
Similar to
Egypt,
2008,
King,
a lot
King,
of old people lost
King
their
of
homes, not
Egypt,
only in America.
King of Egypt.
Yeah.
It's between me and Al. You can be next.
Okay.
We're having one-on-one. I'm sorry. I don't want to make a mess. Yeah, Al, go ahead.
Also,
I'm
I'm trying
already
to
next.
understand your position here. So you're like hardline capitalist. You want absolutely no government support, essentially.
Minimal government.
Do you not think that there's a problem? Like, is that not bad? Do you think that's for people that are unable to support themselves, or people that are old,
Tough luck. I'm unable.
people that
Look,
fail,
no one is
for
helping
people
me.
that
No one is helping me. So I'm not going to help anyone. Stop it with the nonsense. Everybody keeps taking away from me. No, I don't want that.
do you think that's a positive for the economy, though? We're making
Not
a
at, if
claim
you
about
come
the
to
economy.
me, if you come to me and at
Do you think it's
gunpoint,
good for the quality of life of the
if you
country?
come
If
to
that
me,
is the perception.
if you come to me and at gunpoint you take away from me and give it to some idiot 85 who didn't plan his life where I meticulously planned my life, then no, I don't like that. Stop it.
Agreed.
That's a very interesting point, but I can't agree with it. A lot of the people, like, you can't build a country on the foundation that fuck it, people are going to get to an old age, and if they don't have enough money, that's on them. Like,
Plan your
if you
life.
live in a developed,
Plan
no,
your
if we live
life.
in
What do
a,
you want from me?
if
If
we,
you're an idiot, you didn't plan
sure,
your life, you didn't plan to be 85, then you should die. I'm not gonna feed you and die. I'm not gonna lower my quality of life to zero and support you. I'm not gonna do that. No, not gonna. So if
you're
you
not,
give me
no,
a
no,
choice, what?
you're not doing it personally, right? So what
You're
you're
coming
doing
to me at
here,
gunpoint. You're taking my money away. So I'm personally doing it. What do you mean? You're taking my money away.
no, they're taking your money away, but not specifically to fund the other person. They take the money and then they use that to
I'm not interested.
essentially fund programs
So stop it.
to
I'm not interested.
to
I don't
improve
want no.
the quality of
I'm not
life.
interested. I'm not interested. If you ask me,
Are we
I'm not
having a
interested.
debate, or are
And
you
who
just
pays
like
for those? And who pays
complaining?
for those programs?
Well, I'm not interested, Al. I mean, you asked me a question. I'm not interested. You asked me, is it a good thing? Do I like it? No, I hate it.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing about money. Let's say, sure, no taxes. You support your own, and all the rich people, they all planned, right? Oh, sorry, all the old people, they planned ahead. They have enough money. They got 401ks. They got super funds. They got whatever. It's fine. It's fine. They get to old age and they retire. They have enough money. So what? Here's the thing. They have the money, right? They have the money. They have the purchasing power, but they don't actually add to the economy. So all that money, all that purchasing power is funneled to the younger people that have to support their lifestyles as old people that aren't producing. That still adds financial stress to the younger generation. It doesn't actually matter about taxes. The point of taxes was, I don't know, I'm kind of just shocked, but it doesn't actually matter. In Australia, for example, we have mandatory super funds so they can cancel pensions. You love that here. But it doesn't actually matter. An aging population will always have the same effect. It doesn't matter where the money is coming from. Money isn't real. Money is a point of exchange. The people actually doing the work are always going to be the younger people. And if there's less of them for more old people, then that'll place a workload and financial stress on them. Not financial stress, sorry, a workload on them. Right?
Okay, I disagree. I disagree with everything you're saying. Yeah. Everything you're saying, I disagree with. Literally, like nothing you said, I agree with. So yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everything I said is like economics 101. Like this isn't controversial.
Okay.
But
I mean,
That's
wait, Death. It's between me and
called?
Al. No, Death. It's between me and Al. So yeah, you can wait for your turn. I'll debate you after.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you actually now that
It
I hear the
doesn't.
conversation.
I understand, but look, it doesn't matter. Like I want to just keep it one-on-one. You know. So look, Al, like when you say everything is economics 101, that's just an assertion. I don't care. I can say the same. I can say it's economics 102. My position is economics 103. It doesn't mean anything. That's appeal to economics 101. That's not how we debate.
That's true.
So make
That's true.
like
But
prove
your
your
debate so
point.
far has just been saying, no, no, I don't like it. It's
You asked me.
it's
You asked me personally. Isn't this what I want? I mean, you appealed to my opinion. I gave you my personal opinion. I didn't intend. The name of the room is immigration is bad. I didn't intend to talk about economics. I intended to talk about immigration and a little bit of economics. But you asked me these questions. I gave you the answer.
well, immigration is entirely because of economics. Entirely because of economics.
Sure.
Like immigration and economics, like immigration is a topic in economics.
Fine. I'm saying yes, I agree. When I say bad, I said it's GDP per capita. We're gonna everything I'm saying is, of course, in relation to economics.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Sure.
if you ask me what's my position on pension, I gave you my position. I'm against pension. I'm against government pension. Like you can have your own personal pension. You can do whatever you want personally, but don't get me
Sure.
involved. I'm not getting you
Just
involved in my hardships in my life. I'm not getting you involved. You're not helping me. No one cares if I blow my brains out tomorrow morning. No one cares. If I live a terrible life, no one cares. Why should I care for other people? What is this endless nonsense? But that's you asked me. That's the answer. Now let's get back to.
Sure.
Let's start over.
Okay, actually, I have to go soon. I want to make a point.
Mhm.
Immigration made for economical reasons
Mhm.
is rarely ever random, except in the case of refugees. Immigration
I'm
and
against-
visas giving out to
I'm against
immigrants.
refugees. I don't care. I don't care for refugees. I'm sorry. My life.
Okay,
I
sure. We're
only
not talking
care.
about
I
refugees.
only care for my life. So when I say bad, I mean it's
Okay,
bad for
yeah,
me.
no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm making a point about your life.
Mhm.
So, immigration visas are handed out based on job requirements, right?
I don't know what
If
that.
we want
I
more
don't know what a
unskilled
job.
labor,
I don't know what is we want. I don't want. There's no such thing as want. I
What?
want 10 beauty queens to be under my desk right now. That doesn't mean anything. So what
Okay,
does I want?
no. If we as a country
Mhm.
don't have many doctors,
I don't know what it means.
we have a
to have
doctor
many.
shortage.
I don't know what a shortage is. I mean, I don't know. Like you have to define these things like scientifically, mathematically, economically. You have to define these things. I don't know. I want 10 beauty queen doctors to be under my desk right now, licking my toes. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything.
What? Okay, dude.
I have a shortage of Dr. Beauty Queens under my desk. Does that mean anything? No. So stop saying shortage.
If
Don't say shortage
you're willing
unless you're
to,
going to. Are you going to define shortage scientifically, mathematically, economically? If not, then skip it.
shortage
Mhm.
as defined by the government that wants to give out.
I don't
You know,
know.
if the government wants
I
more
don't.
doctors in the country,
Okay. I don't
if the
know. Okay.
government
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. It's like you
Okay,
assert.
so okay. So you have say you have a city of 25 million people, and
Okay.
in that whole city, there is only one doctor. Is there a shortage? Is there a no, we're talking just concepts. This doesn't exist. We're just talking concepts. Is there a shortage if there is one doctor in a city of 25 million people?
No. Who says there needs to be
No.
a doctor? Who says there needs to be a doctor? Who says there needs
Do
to be
you
a
not?
city?
Do you,
What's the what? Look. What's the definition of shortage? Can you define shortage? You want an answer? Define
not
shortage.
enough of something. Not
What does
enough
it
of
mean
something
enough? I don't
to
have
run as
enough. I
desired.
don't have enough chicks under my desk right now. I don't have enough. What does that mean? I don't know what it
Right.
means.
The thing is, I don't really know how to argue with that. I gave a hypothetical. If
You
there is a city of 25 million people with one doctor,
you didn't
is there a shortage of doctors? And you're
define
like,
shortage. Define shortage.
a shortage is a subjective term. It's a
Exactly.
term based on
It's
we
just an
need more of
assertion.
this.
Yeah, I told
As a
you what
country,
I need. I need 10 beauty queens under my desk licking my toes right now. I need. Do you care?
no, you don't
Why
need.
should I care about your needs? I don't care. I don't care.
No, but
Doesn't mean anything.
no. Is it the thing? No, the thing. Shortage is usually defined by
I
the market, right? If it's
okay.
very profitable to bring in more, they will bring in more.
Who's they?
Right. You're
Who's they?
the government.
Why? Why are we involving the government? What is this nonsense?
Because they're the ones signing the visas.
Why? Let's have
Talking
open
to you is
let's-
like, dude, genuinely talking to you is like talking to a 5-year-old.
Okay, we're
Okay,
done.
let's go back to the hypothetical city example. Let's
We're
go back to
done.
the hypothetical example.
We're done. Okay, who's next? Death, are you next?
Yeah, bro. I was agreeing with you. I think his economic style is more Kane style. What's his name?
I
That one
I
economist?
honestly don't care about names of economists. So let's debate from
But
first. Mhm.
no, I'm just saying comments in the previous debate. I kind of agree with you on the pension, that it shouldn't be up to me. It should be people should plan out their lives, right? If you want to retire at 20, retire at 20. If you ain't gonna do nothing, then work your whole life, right?
Yeah. That's my personal opinion. But what do you think about immigration? Is it good or bad?
Oh no, I'm against immigration.
Why?
Honestly, I just wanted to see like people's views on the Islamic immigration into London that's happening, and the Venezuelan immigration happening into the
But
U.S.
okay,
and just
but
get
in
people's
general,
problems.
let's talk about the immigrant. Just look. So if I told
Mhm.
you that I'm going to bring in 1 million beauty queens from all over the world immigrating into
Mhm.
your country, are you going to be pro or against?
Against.
Really? Are you
Yeah.
gay?
Oh, beauty queens?
Yeah.
It depends from what country, right?
Listen, wherever you want, from all over the world. A billion. I'll bring in as many beauty queens, like millions and millions of beauty queens are going to flow into your country. Are you going to be against that,
If
or
it's legally, I'm for it. They have to go through all the parameters that
you're
my
the
country has
decider?
set.
You're the decider. So legal or not means what you like. So do you want beauty queens to be imported, to be immigrated into your country or not?
I see.
Are you going to answer?
I'm thinking about it.
You're thinking about it? Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask you first. Are you gay?
Like
I don't judge you if
no.
you're gay. Do you like women?
I'm thinking about the consequences of bringing a big influx of people into my country. What would it do with
But it's
the
not
jobs that are
people.
currently with the beauty
I'm
queens?
bringing in beauty queens. Perfect 10 out of 10 beauty queens.
Yeah, but we don't need beauty queens. What if we don't
But we
need
gotta
beauty
feed
queens?
all of them. We got 1 billion bitches to feed.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay,
we gotta feed
it's
them, and it
between,
depends
right
on
now it's between me and death. So
it depends
we'll
how
go-
they entered legally. If they entered legally, and
I told
what
you
is their
already.
plan, right?
Legally,
To stay in the
hold
country?
on. Legally is what you want. You want them, we
No,
bring them. You don't want them, we don't
No,
bring them. So you don't want them?
no, I don't.
Oh my god. Okay. Is there anything like? Is there anything you like in the world?
Huh?
Is there anything you like in the world? Question mark. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like in the world? Tell me.
Obviously, women.
So if
Cars.
if I bring you women, I thought you said you
Well,
don't want
What if I already have women?
what?
What if I already have women?
You don't want more? Are you gonna
Maybe,
answer?
yeah.
Yes or no? What do you mean maybe? Yes or no? Do you want more
Yeah.
women or no?
What I would think is like, what would it do to my country? You know, like with all these people.
Okay, we'll bring in as
Like it
many as
depends,
you
like
want.
my
I
country.
was
What kind
I
of
didn't mean to bring
what kind of positions?
I didn't mean to overflow your country with anything. I meant to satisfy you, bring you things that you want. I'll bring you women. Do
Okay.
you want 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1, 2, 3? Would you be happy or sad with an influx of beautiful women?
I would say like what religion, like what they bring
Whatever you
to
want.
the
They're
country as
flexible.
well.
They'll become whatever religion you want.
Yeah, then I'll say yeah.
Okay, so you're pro immigration. of a certain very specific type, right?
Hmm.
Okay. But this is not the immigration, obviously, we're talking about. We're talking about bringing in
No.
men, usually, programmers.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about brown-skinned Indians and Pakistanis. That's a different story. Okay, are you going to benefit? Like if we bring in women, okay, you can see how you can benefit from that because you can, like, women are delicious, but
Yeah.
Pakistanis are not. Pakistani men, Pakistani women potentially, but Pakistani men, that's no good. No go.
Definitely.
so right, there's no benefit to you. Like if we bring in beautiful women, that's a good thing. That's the good immigration. But if we bring in men, that's a bad immigration. What are you going to do with men? There's nothing for you to do with them.
No.
And actually, they're going to
They.
compete with you for for the good jobs.
Hmm.
All right. What's the benefit there's no
And
benefit in that.
and yeah, bro, and I feel like that's something that's happening in London too. Like a lot of women immigrate there, and then they bring their men with them.
Okay, so that's like when they bring men. I mean, it depends. I mean, like, look, everybody has their interests in mind. So you have your interest, and
Hmm.
other people have their interest. Like a guy that owns a software company, he wants programmers, and he can pay less, to Indian programmers. So
Hmm.
right, the fact that he can pay them less, right, he's basically taking your job away. So terrific for him, it's
Yeah.
terrific. For you, it's bad. He doesn't care
Hmm.
about you. You don't care about him. So when
I
Elon
see.
Musk says that he's going to bring in immigrants, and that's the hill to die on, but why? I mean, like, who is he serving? I thought he's trying to
Hmm.
help the average American, and suddenly,
Yeah.
so what happened? I'm confused. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Elon, and I definitely agree because he says like, "Oh, the USA, it doesn't produce as many high quality STEM people. Like we don't win competitions and this and that." But I'm Mexican American, and I wonder how does Mexico win all these competitions with our own people, And we're
What
a
do you
shitty ass country.
what do you mean? How do you win competitions? Mexico wins
Like,
competitions?
yeah, like STEM competitions, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like robotics and stuff. But we use our own Mexican people, right? It's because we create an avenue for people to come out of college and get degrees, right?
sure. I mean, if American STEM jobs paid well, then people would go into STEM. But STEM doesn't pay well,
Mhm.
so people don't go into STEM. What's the point of going into STEM if at the end you're going to bring in an Indian who's going to take my job? You're going to pay him peanuts. Why should I go into STEM? It doesn't make
Mhm.
any like doctors, they don't let in as many doctors as want to come in. Like you can bring in
Mhm.
Indian doctors, but they're not going to let them in. The American Medical Association, that's like the union, it's a government sanctioned union of doctors. They don't give out doctor certificates, as many as can enter the
Mhm.
country, or as many as can go to medical school. They suppress the number of doctors that enter the market every year in order to keep their salaries high. The reason why American doctors make such a great living is because they don't let new doctors be created. They don't allow new
Mhm.
medical schools to open. They suppress
Yeah.
the number of, right. So doctors,
No, definitely.
so that's not fair. Doctor jobs are suppressed. I mean, doctor.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I lived in Mexico for 5 years. I studied over there. And literally over there, you go to the doctors and you see like 23-year-old doctors, like 25-year-old doctors. I'm like, what the heck?
Exactly. Exactly. And in the United States, like you have to like study so many years. It's artificial.
Yeah,
It's so that few doctors enter the market, so that the old
yeah.
doctors
My
have a high salary. That doesn't make any
my
sense.
grandpa,
Hmm.
he had a saying, America has the technology, Mexico has the minds.
Okay, I mean it's a nice saying, but it's at the end of the day, it's
Well, the
legislature.
top minds. I also believe that I feel like the United States has to make a better path for these STEM fields to grow. Because I feel like they've also, like in the last century and a half, maybe they've catered to women and given more grants to women and just put the man to the side, you know? And that's why they
Okay,
want the Indian men, right?
that's also, we can discuss that. Right now, we're discussing immigration, and immigration is all
Mhm.
about bringing in cheap Indian labor to replace American STEM professionals,
Mhm.
and that doesn't make any sense to me. That's
And
unfair. It's like,
and do you think that there's a way to make men, let's say that maybe didn't go to college, more interested into these fields that maybe are in limbo and they're like 20 years old?
the way to do that is to stop bringing in the H-1B visas, so that the salaries go up, so that more people want to go into STEM. No one wants to go into STEM because it doesn't pay well. It pays
No, and it
terribly.
and it hmm and it costs a lot.
I mean,
And
it doesn't matter.
especially
Okay, you know
especially if
what?
you don't have like a good GED or something like
Death,
no,
hold
what is
on.
it? No,
No,
a
no.
good
Okay, Death. I think we
GPA.
beat this horse because we both agree. Let me try and see if
Yeah,
somebody disagrees
go
with
for it,
me.
bro.
Okay, so who's up? Who wants to debate me? Who wants to claim that immigration is good?
No one is making that claim, bro. This is a retarded fucking topic.
Okay,
I
Chico.
think it's good.
All right, Steven, let's go. So you think
No, no,
immigration
no.
is
That's the other guy. I'm anti-immigration.
Yeah, it's hard range.
See, I
anyone
told you.
pro-immigration?
I think it's good.
No one is pro-immigration. You're fucking dumb for even
I
thinking
am.
this.
I don't give a shit, honestly. I mean, unless you
No,
want
no,
to
you're
keep a
not.
shit country just to
You're
keep
being a
decreasing its
sophist.
population, it's fine with me, whatever.
You're being a sophist.
But
He's not
Chico,
we're
pro-immigration.
just gonna lose
Chico,
a
Chico,
we're gonna lose a
I'm
larger part of our economy and our underclass, our
wait.
permanent underclass
He's
is
a
gonna go away.
sophist.
So.
Hard rain. 1 second, Chico. It's 1-on-1. So let me debate hard rain. You can be if you want to debate against
Yeah,
me.
you can debate the sophist if you want. I'm just saying he doesn't hold that position.
No, Chico. It's 1-on-1. So let me debate hard rain. Don't.
Enjoy your one-on-one, bro.
Thanks, man. All right, hard rain. Let's go. So you're pro-immigration, or you don't care?
Yeah, I think it's fine for the. I think it's good for the economy.
What is that? Good for the total GDP?
Yeah, I think it's good for the economy. I think it's good for growth, especially if Americans aren't having kids like they aren't now. Our population is going to decrease, and then our taxes are going to probably go up to pay for these social programs that a lot of people rely on. So, and like illegal immigration too. Like people bitch about it, but like if you look at it, like they pay into the system and they can't really take out of it, right? Like you have this permanent underclass of illegal immigrants that do a lot for the economy, and Trump's not going to do this mass deportation thing to it. That's not going to happen. He knows that they're a permanent underclass that America relies on. Unless you want Americans to do these shitty jobs, but they're going to have to pay them more.
Okay, so you've said many things. Let's slow down.
Yeah.
Let's do this one point at a time. So I'll ask you. Let's restart. So are you pro-immigration?
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most
overall, yeah.
Overall, okay. So give me one argument why you would say immigration is good.
I think it's good for the economy overall.
Okay. So
it brings in more taxpayers.
Okay, so you're saying that it's good for the economy. So when you say economy, you mean, I guess, GDP? It's good for the GDP?
Yeah, it brings in more taxpayers. Yep. More people pay for Social Security and pay into it, so it's good, I think.
Okay, so these are separate discussions. I mean, these are separate arguments, I would say.
Well, yeah, but you know that I'd say that they benefit the economy, so that includes you know, the GDP growth, and that also includes our social safety net that we have, like Social Security.
Are we talking legal immigration? Or are we talking illegal, or both?
Well, both.
Yeah.
You know, they also pay taxes when they buy stuff, right? They pay sales taxes, like.
Okay, so hard
Well,
brain.
illegal immigrants don't pay taxes.
Wait, Killer Weasel. I'm doing this one at a time, like one
So I guess
person at a
buy
time.
Coke, then, you know,
Okay, yeah, I apologize. I'll be in.
Yeah, you can be next.
to buy Coke, then I guess no tax on that, but okay.
So Hard Rain, give me one argument because you're still bringing in multiple arguments. So you're saying so again. I'll start over. So are you pro immigration?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you pro immigration?
Oh, because I think it's better to have more taxpayers coming into the country than having more people not having kids to replace those you know, current taxpayers that we have, or having people leave. I think it's better just to have the population growing overall and more people paying taxes. That's the thing that I'm concerned with the most, Pietro.
I'm still like I feel like it's multiple arguments at the same time. Look, if you it's
Well, I'm saying, yeah, I'm pro immigration because it's going to have more people paying taxes. Yeah, so I'm pro immigration.
Okay.
And it also, and just to add on to that, like,
no,
you know, this is I guess a different part. If you'd say, but it
no,
also has people doing
no.
shitty jobs. You know,
No,
illegal immigration. Right?
No. Hard Rain. One argument at a time. It's like this is. I want to.
Okay, but I think well, yeah, I think immigration is good. Yeah, okay,
You
immigration is
think
good.
immigration is
And the
good?
reason why I think it's good
Is because we bring in.
Yeah, I get that, and the reason why.
Yeah, it's fine. We bring in taxpayers. That's the
Yeah.
reason. Mm-hmm. Let's say they
That's the
didn't.
most
Let's say they
important reason
didn't.
for me. Yeah.
Let's say they didn't pay tax.
Okay.
Would you still want to bring them in?
If they didn't pay taxes, I'd still lean yes, because they could still be conscripted for the military, and they still can be put to work. With all due respect,
Okay, let's say you cannot
especially if they're illegal. You know,
Okay, hold on. Let's separate variables. Let's separate the variables. So let's assume they cannot be conscripted to the military. They cannot pay tax. Okay, are you still pro immigration?
Yeah.
Okay, go
because
on.
they could be put into the military, or they can be put into the workforce.
No, we said no. Of course, we're assuming they're going to go into the workforce, but they're not going to be paying tax, and they're not going to be conscripted to the military. So they're just going to be productive members of society. They're just going to come in, live like a normal citizen. They're not going to pay tax. They're not going to serve in the military. Are you still pro immigration?
Well, with all those stipulations, I guess I would probably be in the middle, because you know, they could still have kids, and that still adds to the population growth, and their kids are going to pay taxes if they aren't.
Let's say they cannot
Which
have.
they are, but
Okay. Let's say
but in this scenario, I would still lean yes in this scenario, yes, because they're still going to have kids possibly, and it still adds to population growth.
No, let's assume they're not going to have kids. I'm trying to separate the variables. So we're just bringing in workers. Imagine we're bringing in robots.
Okay.
That's all. We're bringing in workers. So is it good or bad to bring in workers?
Well, if we got to that point, I'd probably say no, because it's going to undercut our labor. But that's taking out all of the positive benefits of immigration, because now we're just talking about like just bringing somebody over and be like, all right, you're going to do this job, and be like, hey, what the fuck? I was born here. I need that job. Right. But if it was just down to that, and they're not paying taxes, and then no.
Mm-hmm.
But good thing, you know, that isn't happening. So
it's a good thing that's not happening.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
it's a good thing that we have people coming in and paying taxes, and even if they are illegal and they aren't filing federal taxes, they're still buying shit and they're still paying sales taxes. So
Yikes.
So okay, so you agree that if you bring them in, they're undercutting the working class, which is my intuition as well. But you're saying if they pay taxes, then you want to bring them in?
well, yeah, but if they're coming in just to work and they're not paying taxes and they're not going to, potentially, like if they're barred from paying taxes, like there's legislation saying no, they aren't going to pay taxes and they can't join the military. I'm like, no. At that point, I'd be no, because then like, what's the benefit that we're getting out of it besides having cheaper labor coming in? But that's also going to undercut the working class here. But with the current immigration, there's also positives onto that. And to be honest with you, the current American working class is kind of shit. I'm going to be honest with you. Drug addicts that
One
don't have
second.
kids,
One
that aren't
second.
reproducing,
Oh, slow down.
and immigrants
Slow down.
come in and they reproduce and they work. I'm sorry. It's true.
Slow down. We need to slow down. Like you're saying a lot, and I want to concentrate. I want to
Okay.
focus.
Yeah, I kind of rambled. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to focus on what you're saying. So it doesn't help that you're saying so much. All right. So look, let's compare two alternatives, right? So one alternative is we bring in a worker, a foreign H-1B worker. That's one alternative. The other is we don't bring him in, and basically the American is hired, but the American is hired for a higher wage, right? When we bring in the foreigner, he's hired for a lower wage, but the American is now out of a job. Or the American, right? Or all the salaries go down, right? We bring in, right? When we bring in more workers, we're supplying, right? Supply and demand, we're supplying more labor. So because of supply and demand, we're reducing the cost per unit, meaning we're suppressing wages. When we bring in foreign workers, we're suppressing wages. So either the American is replaced and is out of a job, or the American has to compete with the foreigner and has to be paid like a foreigner. Either way, right? But if we compare the two alternatives, one alternative is we don't bring in the foreigner. So the American is hired for a higher wage. The American pays taxes, so there's no difference. In terms of paying taxes, there's no difference. Actually, because the Americans is paid more, then it's more taxes, actually. But let's even ignore that. Let's assume it's the same taxes. So there's no benefit in terms of taxes, right?
Is there not? I don't know.
What do you mean?
Wait, well, hold on. Like, what if we're just assuming that an American was already competing for that job? Like, what if, like, let's, be sad if that American lost that job, but like, are there other jobs they can go to for one? And two, no, I don't think it would be bad because you're still adding to the population.
One argument at
Like,
a
the
time.
population is still growing through immigration. It's so
hard rain. One argument at a time. I'm trying, in order to, analyze each of your arguments, I have to separate them. I cannot deal with, if I'm able to defeat one argument and you bring up another, okay, but you agree that we've defeated the first argument. I need you to agree that we've destroyed the first argument. So
well, I just I'd leave it up to the business at that point, right? Like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care.
No, I need to know if you concede the argument, the specific argument about the taxpayer. You said let's bring in a foreign worker because it's a taxpayer. But what I'm saying,
yeah, it's an additional taxpayer.
It's not.
Additional one.
It's not.
Is it not?
Well,
that's not an additional body paying taxes.
I mean, if right, but look, if you, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I just think that additional body would come in and potentially buy stuff that they would need, probably, and at least pay sales taxes, right? Like,
but the American now, right, either doesn't have a job or is paid less, right? You're suppressing the American wages. So what happened to the total tax? I don't know.
Well, if they're getting paid less, I'm gonna give you the harsh truth. The company's making more money, so that's good for investors. But if it's publicly traded, I hate to be like that, but it's kind of the truth. But I think I don't think this is I mean, it's probably a common thing, but I don't think it's a big deal, honestly, personally speaking.
What's
And I'm not in a STEM field, so
okay?
I'm a STEM
Do
field.
you want to debate or do you not want? If you don't think it's a big deal, I guess you don't want to debate. You need to make up your
Well,
mind.
you're saying it's a big deal. I just don't think it's a big deal. I think
I'm
that additional
asking
body,
you.
even if
I'm
they take the
asking
job,
you. I'm asking you if you want to debate or no. I need to know. If you don't feel.
well, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. They're going to pay taxes regardless. So, like, I think it'd be fine. Like you're saying that it undercuts the tax argument that the American probably won't be paying taxes and being paid less. I just told you that the company going to be making more money if they're paying less. So that's good for investors. So it's still good for the economy overall. And even if that person that came in and lost the job to the American, they're still going to be paying taxes regardless, and the Americans still going to be paying taxes on shit they need regardless. Like anyway.
Okay, so let's
And both can go get a different job in the same field that they need. Like,
Okay.
especially the immigrant, like they don't have to go to California or whatever, right? Other places.
Okay, so regarding taxes, let's remove taxes off the table. It's too complicated if we add tax. I don't know. I don't know what happens to the taxes, and let's ignore taxation for now. So we bring in an immigrant. The immigrant suppresses American wages.
Brother.
Do they always though? Because like, what about jobs that Americans don't want to do, like field labor?
Well, they don't want to do because they don't pay well because you bring in cheap competition. So right, it's
True, but that's all on the employer though. That's paying the shit wages. He's
well, if
choosing to
you
hire the illegals. Like he
well,
doesn't have to. It's
but
just that the illegals will take those jobs and they're willing to accept whatever. And the guy's like, oh, okay, I'll take advantage of this. So I'm gonna pay you about $5 or whatever the fuck. And you can pick these oranges. But Americans don't want to do that. So if
I
Americans are
told you.
flooding these jobs, they wouldn't get the job and they could unionize and be like, no, we want a bigger fucking bang for our buck here. But Americans are weak. They don't want to do that.
Okay, slow down, please. You gotta slow down. So I already answered. I said that, like you said, Americans don't want to do the jobs. I told you they don't want to do the jobs because they're low paying, because you bring in immigrants. So, right, you caused you caused it. You're saying Americans
The
don't want
immigrants
to.
aren't setting the wage though.
Excuse me?
The immigrants aren't setting the wage though. The employer's setting the wage. He chooses to set the wage at that. It's just that the immigrants
No,
accept that job at that price.
no. So it's
Then why aren't Americans
hold
flooding to
on,
that job?
hold on. Hard rain. You gotta slow down. So I'm giving you plenty of time to talk, but you gotta let me answer. So the employer doesn't set the wage. The employee does not set the wage. Rather, the wages, like all prices, are determined as the end of the negotiation between supply and demand, between the employer and the employee. So a wage is determined by the market through many interactions between suppliers and demanders. So
Yeah.
so when you increase the supply, you're bringing down the price. If I create more bread today, let's say today I, for some bizarre reason, I have a magical machine that just creates bread, tons and tons and tons of bread. So right, what's going to happen
Yeah.
to the
I
price
like
of
Jesus.
bread? What's going to happen to the price of bread?
I'd imagine that it would go down because there'd be an oversupply of it.
Yes, I wouldn't say oversupply, but it's just when you increase the supply, you have, it's called a downward pressure on the price. So the supply, the same goes for the supply of workers. It's called the labor. It's the labor market. Just like you have the bread market with supply and demand and price, you have a labor market with supply and demand and price. The price is the wage, and the supply.
But you don't think it's the employer though at all?
It's not what I think. I mean, what do you mean? If I'm the employer, I cannot decide, right? I have to compete with other employers, and right. So all the employers are competing, and we're all trying to pay less, and all the employees are competing, and they're trying to get more. And in this market of negotiations of supply and demand, a price arises naturally.
Well, I'm just trying to have you heard about like these farmers using prison labor to like Tyson Foods and McDonald's using prison labor to cut costs for farming?
Yeah,
like you don't think it's the employer doing this at all? Like they're taking advantage of prison labor
let's assume,
and immigrant labor. Like
let's ignore.
Sounds like they just don't want to hire Americans to pay them.
Let's ignore. Let's ignore all these edge cases that are complicating the discussion. I want to have like the simplest discussion. The simplest discussion is
prison labor is like slave labor in the United States because of the 13th Amendment, so they can be paid like a penny a day, honestly, and that's what these big companies are doing.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I just want to simplify the discussion. So in order to simplify, I need you. Let's remove all these edge cases of slavery, of taxation. Let's simplify the discussion. So I'm just trying to figure out, is immigration good or bad?
Just plain face, is immigration good or bad by itself? I mean, if it was just plain face, just immigration, like just someone coming over here.
I didn't understand.
At that point,
wait, slow down. What did you say?
If it's just like you just like talking about immigration itself without like any of the like benefits or like cons, like I don't know, are we taking out the cons of this, or are we keeping the cons in?
We're just what I want is one.
If we're keeping the cons in, then I would say no.
But if me hard rain, you ask me questions, you don't let me answer. It's difficult. So I just want one argument at a time. We can try and deal with all your arguments, but one at a time. So we're bringing in immigrants in order to, as a thought experiment. Let's see what happens when we bring in immigrants, but we're ignoring taxation, we're ignoring slave labor, So in general, when you bring in workers, you're bringing in a supply of labor, you're increasing the labor supply. You're not changing the demand, basically, let's assume for now. So you have a downward pressure on the price, meaning on the wage. So wages go down.
Yeah, but I already said, though, I don't think that's the immigrants doing that. I think it's most of the employers doing that because we've already been over this. Employers are hiring prison labor to do food production.
I said,
if they can't get immigrants, they're going to go to prison labor. And if they can't get prison labor, they're just going to pay shit. If they can't pay shit, they're just going to get robots.
Hard rain.
That's how it's going to go.
Okay. Hard rain. Let's take a break. Let's see if does anybody else want to claim that immigration is good.
I think it's bad.
You think it's bad?
Why do you think it's bad?
People come over to. Well, I'm talking about America specifically.
Yeah, I'm from South Dakota.
A lot of people that come here are either. Well, first off, there's the horrible people that come here, like rapists, pedophiles, and then sex traffickers, and people that sell like drugs from other countries, and then the other stuff is the people that aren't trying to do all that try to come over here and just like get work or whatever. They steal the work from the people that already have the people that were already born here. They steal the opportunity to get that work from them because they came over here and decided they wanted to run away from their like country or whatever, and then come over here and just steal a job from the person that was born here already.
Okay. Well, for the first thing, the crime thing, the stats show that immigrants commit crimes at a lower rate than native-born Americans do. And for the job thing, I work here in South Dakota, Sioux Falls. We have a meat production plant called Smithfield. I work there. No fucking American worked there. Like I worked with like 5 Americans. The place has like 2,000 employees. All of them were fucking immigrants. Immigrants do jobs like that because Americans can't work fucking 10 or 12 hours a day. Some of them can.
Wait,
but
wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait, 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 wait.
Hard rate.
Hold on. You
No.
just
hard
because
rate.
Immigrants
just
do
because
jobs that
Wait,
Americans
Yeah,
don't
but
want
you're
to do. Like,
making
you
an
just don't
assumption.
know what
You're
the
making
problem
an
is.
assumption, though.
Okay, one at a
And
time.
it's a
wait,
good
well, hold on, hold
job.
on.
It pays well. It's a
Hold,
union job, and it sucks that
No.
Americans aren't working there. And
Hard
all Americans
rain.
here are stupid for not going there.
Okay, hard
I
rain.
would need a source
Okay,
why
one
how
second.
Americans don't work
Guys,
that
one
long a
second.
day,
Guys,
or like
guys, 1 second. Hard rain, 1 second. Please let me speak. So, hard rain, I already answered your claim about that. I told you Americans don't want to do the job because you're suppressing wages, because you're bringing in immigrants. So, I
So if we
answered.
didn't bring in immigrants, would wages be suppressed?
We went through this multiple times. Like when you increase supply, you have a downward pressure on the price. When you increase the
No, I get
supply
that.
of labor, let me say it again. I'm sorry. If you increase the supply of labor, you have a downward pressure on the wages. So you're keeping wages down by bringing in
I
immigrants.
agree with you. I agree with you, but I
But you
think that
keep
even if we
saying,
weren't bringing in
but you keep,
immigrants, the wages would still be suppressed by employers because they don't want to pay.
no,
That's the thing. They don't want to pay. That's why they
no,
went to war with unions. They don't want to
no.
pay.
1 second. So hard rain. So no one wants to pay, period. And everyone wants money, period. That's a given. Now that's
Yeah.
just reality. That's called the rationality assumption. Everyone wants to get, no one wants to give. That's a given. So the fact that the employers don't want to pay anything is completely meaningless, except for they are in the negotiation. In the employers are trying to drive down the price, the wage, and the employees,
Yeah.
they want to be paid infinite, so they're pushing the wage up. But this is just, that's negotiation. In the negotiation,
Yeah.
in the market, ultimately a price arises naturally, and that is called the market price. It's through infinite negotiations between all the employers and all the employees. So
Yeah, it
the
sounds
fact-
good in theory, but as of right now, we kind of have corporations that are very powerful with the board of directors, and it's kind of one-on-one. It's kind of the employee. Like if you're working at Target, for instance, it's the employee asking the entire corporation of Target, worth what, $133 billion
But hard rain,
on
when
its
you
market
bring in
capitalization on the
hard
NASDAQ,
rain, hard
you're
rain,
going against them.
hard rain. When you bring in employees, when you increase the supply of labor, you hard rain, you're driving down the wages. You can keep complaining about the billions of dollars of the billionaires of Target, but
Why is that driving down the wages? Why
hold
can't the
on,
employer just pay the immigrant the same amount as the American,
Finland,
theoretically?
hello.
Why not?
And here's why.
hold on. Wait one
Let's
second.
just say that. Why not?
Hard- Okay, no.
Can the employer pay the same?
Digging me.
Okay, I don't want to mute people. We're having one-on-one, so please, one at a time.
Alright,
Okay,
alright, alright.
hard rain. I'm done
And
with
that's just
you.
and I'm not gonna. That's just my one question though. Is that can the employer pay an immigrant employee the same as an American? That's just my one question. Can they do that?
Why not?
What's stopping them from doing that?
Let me answer.
Okay,
something
no,
real quick.
I don't think they
I'll
should
answer-
if they're illegal. But
Nothing to do with. We're not we're not complicating the discussion with legal and illegal. We're asking what happens when we bring in immigrants. Period. When we bring in immigrants, we're increasing the supply of labor.
Mhm.
When you increase the supply of anything, of bread, you're causing a downward pressure on the price, on the unit price of bread. When you increase the supply of labor, you have a downward pressure on the price, on the unit price of labor, namely wage. You're suppressing wages when you bring in a supply of immigrant workers. That's
But then why aren't Americans already doing those jobs though? Like that Smithfield example I just gave you. Why aren't more Americans working there? Why are there more immigrants there?
Hard rain. I tried my best multiple times. I'm sorry, I have to give up. So does anybody else Thank you, Hard
But I'm
Rain.
just asking,
Can
like, why?
I say a quick
Why?
comment to him?
Hard Rain,
Mr. Slave.
I answered. One second.
Why
Hard
aren't
Rain,
Americans working those jobs?
Hard Rain, I
It's because
answered.
immigrants, bro. We buy houses in
Exactly.
Mexico, bro. We don't buy houses here.
Hard
You guys
Rain,
want to buy a house here? You guys can't go to Mexico.
Hard
Like
Rain.
Venezuelans, they're not running away
One
because
second. Hard
whatever,
Rain,
bro.
I
There's
answered.
Venezuelans that are driving Lamborghinis.
Death, you can be up
Huh?
next. Hard Rain, I answered your question
We take the capital and take it away from here,
Death,
bro.
Death,
You guys can't leave here. That sucks.
Death, 1 second.
Okay.
Death, we can have a discussion.
Nigga, what?
Hard Rain, I answered your question multiple times. So let's stop. Hard Rain, thank you so much. Who else thinks that immigration is a good thing? Is anyone else?
Just saying.
I-
My mom
I
has
wanted
properties
to-
in Mexico and here.
Wait, but does anyone here?
Okay.
Does anyone think immigration is good? Does anyone want to defend immigration?
I like
I'm with him.
immigration.
Who? Who wants to
I
defend?
like immigration.
You like Bing?
Yeah, I like immigration.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Bing. Why do you like immigration?
We're getting because we need the cheap labor.
Who's we?
Who's we?
The country.
What do you? Okay. Okay. What do you mean need? Like, is it good? Okay, let's define. I would say let's define good and bad. So I would say good is something that increases the average quality of life of an American. Hi, Lily. And bad is what decreases the average quality of life of the average American. So
That's a good definition.
Yeah.
That's a good definition.
And usually,
I agree with that.
yeah, and usually the quality of life, the way we measure it is through GDP per capita. How much is the country producing per person? So we could start from that. So, Bing, would you say that bringing in immigrant workers increases the GDP per capita? Does it?
Yeah, yes, it's a no-brainer. It does.
Wait, what?
Now what? Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Okay.
Why?
Explain. Well, he says it's a no-brainer. So you think bringing in an immigrant? Let's take one immigrant. So we bring in one immigrant who works, and you think she increases your quality of life, your GDP per capita, your quality of life goes up because we brought in somebody to work? Is that what you think? Yeah.
Yes, if you bring in anybody, it doesn't have to be an immigrant.
What do you mean?
If the guy from Starbucks is working, he's working. He's contributing to the GDP. He's contributing to the country.
Wait 1 second. But we're
If anybody in general.
Wait, but we're trying to analyze, does bringing in a single immigrant, does it bring up your quality of life? Does it bring up your GDP per capita?
It depends how far the immigrant goes. So I know Nigerian immigrants are pretty wealthy. They actually do contribute to the country very well. Depends how far the immigrants are willing to go.
No, let's say the immigrant, it's just, it comes into work. The immigrant comes into America to work. It doesn't bring in money, just comes in to work. It goes to
Wait, I don't understand.
McDonald's.
This is like such a weird. This is such a weird framing.
Dog, you can be up next. I'd rather do it one-on-one. So right now.
Hey, wait, where are you from, by the way,
No,
Mr. Slave?
Bing, no, we're not.
Where are you even from? The United States, bro?
Bing,
he's not gonna tell you because he's embarrassed of his country.
Yeah, he's probably from fucking Eurotrash.
Hey, just calm down. Let them have the discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't want to have to start muting people. We're not going to discuss anyone personally. We're having a nice gentleman discussion. Yes, but I'd rather do it one-on-one. So Bing, before that, so Bing says that he likes immigration. I'd like to give him a chance to defend immigration. I'm listening. So the question is, does bringing in an immigrant, does it raise Mr. Bing's quality?
Depends what immigrant you bring in, brother. Like, for example,
Just like
where you're
you.
from, Europe, you're
just
getting
like you.
Muslims, and
No,
you're getting
Bing.
money-hungry Muslims who
Bing,
strain your
stop.
economy.
Bing, stop. I don't want to have to mute you.
Alright.
Well, actually,
Mr.
Hezbollah is in
Slave,
Venezuela too.
please.
So
Okay,
so we're
Bing,
also getting Muslims.
Bing,
Mr.
do you
Slave,
wanna-
please.
Okay,
You're getting me.
who wants to defend immigration? Does anyone?
I just want to know I just want to know like what's your stand on this? What's your stand on this? What's your opinion? I just want to know, Mr. Slave. That's it.
I changed my mind. I'm against immigration. I think it's bad. I was thinking
why?
Good.
I don't want to argue. I just want to know. So why?
Because I'm assuming there's no difference between an immigrant and an American, right? Theoretically, they are the same person. So if you bring in, like, you're not changing anything. You're adding one more person to the U.S. economy. You're growing the total U.S. economy, but you're not changing the average quality of life. You're not changing the GDP per capita. By
the economy growing is what leads to the quality of life increasing.
But that's just GDP.
Doesn't mean it has to be.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
No. Bing made a point. Bing, you made a good point. No, but Bing, I agree that if you increase the size of the population, and let's assume the economy grows with that, then the total GDP, the total economy grows. I agree. But the GDP per capita, the economy per person, there's no reason for it to change because you increase the total size of the economy. So
does the tax base grow?
Let's assume that, right? Let's assume that everything
grows. Do people get Social Security and benefits from Medicaid and Medicare?
Let's assume that everything grows proportionally per capita. So nothing changed. I mean, let's assume everything grows, but per capita, per person, there's no reason to assume anything changes. So immigration doesn't help the average American. So immigration at best is neutral to the average American.
I would like to read out Section 1 of the Acts of the First Congress of the United States, in which it is stated, be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress assembled, that any alien being a free white person who shall resided within the limits and under the jurisdiction of the United States for the term of 2 years may be admitted to become a citizen.
Okay, Chico, I don't know what you're doing.
Why'd you move?
I wanted to ask him. I don't know what he's doing. He's just monologuing. I don't know what he's monologuing about. So, Chico, you have to be interactive. You got to let me ask you a question. If you want to monologue, at least let me ask you, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Go ahead, Chico.
How can I answer questions if you've muted?
What do you mean answer a question? What's the question you're answering?
Anyways, I'm going to finish reading out this section. Under the jurisdiction.
No, Chico. I'm not interested in anyone reading out. I don't know what you're reading out. You're not answering questions.
He's reciting the 1790 Naturalization Act, the first immigration law of the United States.
I don't have the discussion here is not a legal discussion. The discussion is economic. We're having a mathematical discussion about economics. So I don't have an opinion on the legality. I mean, that's not the discussion. The discussion is immigration good or bad? So Elon Musk said that immigration is the most important thing ever, that this is the hill he's going to die on. You can F yourself in the face if you're against immigration. Okay, I was on his side until yesterday, and then I took a shower, and as I was showering, I discovered that I changed my mind. And
wait, did he actually say that yesterday?
He said it a couple of days ago, Chico, I'm going to unmute you, but please don't read irrelevant stuff.
They're banning people on X that were criticizing it. So
what? I don't.
They've been banning people on X that were criticizing the program.
Look, wait. So if this discussion is purely economical, you're saying it would be fine if every American was replaced with an Indian if it was economically beneficial, correct?
Wait, what? Say slower.
What?
Speak slower, Chico.
If this discussion is purely economical, in your issue with the situation, you're saying it would be fine if every American was replaced with an Indian if it was economically beneficial. Yes.
1 second. So I define economically beneficial as beneficial to an American. Like I'm thinking.
Yes. Who's an American?
I'm thinking about myself. So I'm an average American. You're an average American. So
what is an American? I'm not American. What's an American? Tell me.
Look, the discussion is about immigration to America.
Yeah, I'm asking you, what's an American?
Chico.
Yeah,
American
what's an
cities.
American?
Chico, slow down. So I'm just saying that the discussion right now is about America, but it doesn't.
I'm asking you, what is an American?
Chico, stop. Stop. Let me answer. The discussion right now is about America, but you can hypothetically use it to discuss immigration into any country. There's no difference. We're discussing right now, is it good for an American to have immigration into America? If you're British, then the question would be, is it good for an average British person, Englishman, whatever, to have immigration into Britain? Okay, I'll unmute you, but please be nice, Chico.
Last chance, bro. What is an American?
It's
Come on, Chico. You have
irrelevant,
to be.
Chico. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
How is it irrelevant when you can't define the thing you're referring to?
Oh, Chico, stop. Come on. I don't want to have to mute you, but come on, stop.
So you're gonna mute me because you can't answer basic questions?
Jesus Christ, Chico, it's not the discussion. We're not having a discussion. Look, it says immigration is
What is the
bad.
discussion?
It doesn't matter to what country. Immigration into any country is bad for the people who live.
What is a country?
What is a country?
Yeah, what's a country? Tell me.
Chico, why are you doing this?
Yeah, well,
It's very simple questions and you're refusing to answer.
What do you mean? Okay, you can answer. If you think there's a misunderstanding, then you can answer, and
I already answered. I put it in the chat, and then you spoke out when I read it out.
What? No. What is your answer? Okay, you want to define?
My answer is that according to the founding fathers, an American is a free white person.
Okay. Chico, stop.
Wow.
Stop the nonsense with the.
Damn, I thought he was gonna come up with something better
I mean,
than that.
if it's nonsense, that's up to you, buddy.
Chico,
There's so much hatred in your heart, Chico.
Chico, we're not having a discussion
There's
about.
hatred in my heart because I'm reading from a legal document.
Fine, Chico. It used to be terrible. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. It used to be.
What do you mean terrible? I didn't say it was terrible.
Chico.
When did I say that?
It used to be bad for blacks, but now it's not as bad. I'm not saying it's
I never said anything
digging in me. You
What are you
digging
talking
in me.
Chico, let's concentrate on the topic. Come on, stop it. We're trying.
The topic is this beneficial for
Digging
America?
in
I'm
me.
asking you, what is an American? It's a very simple question.
Stop. Okay,
I gave
Chico.
you my
Okay,
definition.
Chico, you're derailing the conversation, so stop.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Anybody else want to defend? Yeah.
Skibidi
Anybody else?
toilet. Skibidi toilet.
Okay. So, like does anybody else?
Mr. Flavor, are you in a country that has a lot of immigration?
I am an American, so I'm.
Where
what
what
an
type of
American?
American are you? Yeah, where are you from?
Exactly. What's an
No,
American?
I don't.
America,
discuss-
USA, motherfucker.
Yeah, America,
Is
USA.
an American someone with an American passport?
America,
So
USA.
if you want to hear my opinion about immigration, what is the fix? What is the ultimate fix? I'll give you my.
I just want to know what an American is, bro.
No, Chico, create a room.
Chico, you know what an American is, bro.
Invite
Come on
people. Invite people to your room and name the room. What is an American? And I'm sure you'll have a great time in that room. Maybe I'll join you. For now, I want to have a discussion. Is immigration good or bad? Text me on the side chat if you want to be part of my discussion. If not, you can invite people to your discussion. Anyway, so if you want to hear my opinion, what's the solution to immigration? So everybody wants to immigrate into.
Just unmute Chico. He said he
it-
wouldn't do it again.
He said, okay.
He said he wouldn't do it again.
All right. So no problem. So the question. So everybody wants to immigrate into the United States. So if you ask me, the solution is actually very simple. So let's say people from, let's say, South. No, don't do it again. People from South Africa want to immigrate into the United States. So my solution is for America to go to South Africa and tell the people of South Africa, why don't you guys hold a referendum? And if 51% of you want to join America as the 51st state, then fantastic. We'll give
No.
you.
No. Dude, what is this nigga talking about? Dude?
Listen.
I like what you're thinking.
Dude
I
is
like
definitely not
what you're saying,
American, bro.
listen,
He has to
listen.
be European.
Listen.
He's European, bro. He's European.
Listen.
I like what you're
Has to
thinking.
be.
Listen.
What's a South African?
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
It's called their territory, though. That'd be
Now,
fine.
so if they decide yes, we give them a copy of the Constitution, right? Right. America is not the people. America is not the mountains. It's not the air. America is the system. It's the American system. Whatever. It's the Constitution. It's it's the system.
Okay, so
it's a
you are
legislature.
saying that you would be fine with importing 1 billion Indians, right?
No. Listen to
If
the
it was
end,
economically beneficial, correct?
Chico.
Yeah, but too bad.
Budget.
Not every Indian has a master's degree, so it's not going to happen realistically.
Okay, let's just take the Indians with a master's degree. That's like what, 10 million?
Yeah, but they don't. Show me 1 million master's degree that can come to US.
Let's bring the 10 million Indians with a master's degree. Is that fine?
We don't want.
Yeah, but find them first. You have to be realistic.
If Indians,
Well, I mean,
so many
Indians are notorious
Indians-
scammers, so.
Chico, you know it's only Jewish that can immigrate here. Come on now.
Look, if so many Indians
Of course,
want to
buddy.
come into America, then we should turn India into the 51st state. It's really very simple.
No, to be way too diverse.
Not gonna
and way
happen.
too-
No, but
Oh,
listen to the end. Look, I'm not saying that it's going to become the 51st state overnight. I'm saying they're going to have a path to statehood and citizenship over
No,
They would
no,
never go for that.
no.
over 100.
They would reject it outright.
Fine, then at least we
They're too nationalistic.
fine. At least we gave it a shot. I think a lot of countries. There's going to be plenty of countries that are going to want to join the union as the 51st.
Buddy, do you think this is what the founding fathers intended?
Canada would be the closest, and I don't even think they're not even on board with that. But they're the closest that would join us, but they're not even on board.
Fine.
We're not
They should
taking
be
from
for us, though.
A lot of Canadians want to join us now.
A lot of people want. I think a lot of people all over the world will be happy to join the Union of the United States. So that's and I think
But
that,
that's
America's
fine.
kinda
But
fucked
is
up
the
right now.
union happy to have those people join? Is the question.
So I'm saying let's
I'm
have
pretty sure no.
right. So I'm saying let's have a path to statehood / citizenship over even 100 years, and every 10 years they're going to have like some sort of a test. Are they progressing along the path to statehood and citizenship? Yeah, if yes, fantastic. If no, then
I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like ethnic cleansing.
What?
It sounds like a nice idea, but I just don't think it's feasible.
How is it
to be
ethnic
honest.
cleansing? We're going to South Africa.
Well, I mean,
we're offering.
if you are systematically importing a large amount of
I'm not
people
importing anyone.
into the demographic situation of America, which is currently experiencing negative birth rates, that would be by definition ethnic cleansing.
But I'm not. I'm fixing it. I'm coming to solve.
You're fixing it. What's the fix?
I'm gonna stop it. First of all, I'm stopping immigration. No more immigration. Any country from any country that people want to immigrate into the United States, I'm offering them a path to statehood and citizenship over 100.
Isn't that
years.
immigration though?
Yeah, that's immigration.
They're
brother.
not going to be American citizens until 100 years from now. First step, they get a copy of the Constitution.
Well, a billion Indians.
We need immigrants
So
now for the
you're
capitalist
planning for
society we
ethnic
run.
cleansing 100 years from now.
What?
Yeah, Mr. Slave, let me ask you. So, like, in 100 years, they get citizenship, but like, what do the living people get in return, immediately? Like, what do they get in return? They don't get citizenship, but what do they get? Like investments or what?
No, the Indians are getting an improved life, right?
For deportation.
The Indians want to be Americans. That's why they're coming into America.
Wait.
So I'm creating America in India. I'm turning India
buddy,
into America.
So you're telling us to colonize basically the entire world. That's what your premise is.
But it's a referendum.
Buddy, you happen to be Jewish by any chance?
Let's just say
That's a totalitarian government, bro. We literally had to stop fascist leaders from doing the exact thing you're talking about.
Chico, he's Jewish,
Let's just
bro.
say we had the referendum, Mr. Slave, on India, and they voted
unmute Chico
to join the United States. So
No, Chico had his chance.
No.
what do they get in return, immediately?
Who's getting it? The Indians? What are the Indians getting in return?
Yeah, like why would they vote like for like 100 years when they're dead, like when their descendants will experience
Because
this,
right
like
now,
give up their sovereignty to the United States?
because
Like what do they get in return like immediately?
no, they're not giving up
Infinite curry.
They're not giving up sovereignty.
But they would though in 100 years if they voted to join the United States in the referendum, they'd give up their sovereignty.
Look,
Under
Bro,
50%.
It's a
oh,
path.
dude, imagine taking India.
It's a path to statehood. So as they become, like, you could say the same thing about New Jersey and New York and California, that they lost their Zin, you're muted because low key you might be Jewish. So don't do that again.
Oh, what the hell? You don't like Jesus?
No, we're not doing that. We're discussing economics.
What about Jesus? You don't like Jesus?
You can talk about Jesus, but no.
Jesus was a big no spike, you know.
All right. Look, I don't want to
I'm just joking.
derail.
Yeah, I'm just
I don't want to derail the
Wait,
conversation.
Mr. Slave.
I'm not
Mr.
saying
Slave.
it's
Yeah, man.
So how come India declared independence from the British Empire? Because the British Empire was also the land of the free and opportunity.
Fine. Look.
It was?
Look.
course.
So it's up to It's up to India, right? Just like New York and California don't have.
Well, guess what? South Africa also declared independence.
Fine.
What a coincidence.
Look,
Yeah,
fine.
your argument is broken, bro.
What do you mean argument?
No, it's not. He's actually giving you points.
I'm telling every country, please hold a referendum. If you have a majority that wants to join the Union of the United States, you're welcome. Here is a copy of the Constitution.
You're welcome. That's it. That's all it takes. Just that country to vote.
Yeah,
That's all.
but why America?
why
why America specifically? Why?
Any country
We're
can
the best.
offer. You can create your own country and go offer any other country to join your union. I
what
would
are
say
you
for
talking about, man?
like just like you have the union, the European Union is basically the same. It offers any European country hold a referendum, join the union. Done.
Don't you think like 5 years would be like better though, like a time frame, or 10 years? I don't think it would be better. I think it'd be chaotic, but like to like sell it to them at least.
The problem, the problem is that Americans don't like immigration. Americans don't want immigrants, but the immigrants want to come to America. So it's a win-win. I'm solving everything for everyone. So no one comes into America for 100 years, no more immigrants. And every country can have a copy of the U.S. Constitution and a path to statehood/citizenship. So basically,
Mr. Slade, wait a second.
Yes.
Wait a second. These immigrants come to America specifically to get high-paying jobs, not just to be named Americans, right?
Yes, but the American economy, what creates the success of the American economy? Is it the air? Is it the genetics of the people? Is it the mountains, the terrain? No, it's the system.
Oil.
It's the American system. It's the Constitution, the legislation. It's the whole thing. It's being a state. Any one of the states is part of this economic success. So all I'm saying is this system, here is the system, India, South Africa, Chile, whatever. Here is the system. You can have a referendum. You can have the system, this success juice, the success recipe. Use it, join us, and succeed. You don't have to come to America. There's nothing special about the air in America. It's a system.
But okay, I understand what you mean.
So what's the
Not
benefit for
everybody in those
America?
countries-
Like, what's the benefit for
Like only
America?
only a select
benefit-
few of immigrants want to
the
come.
benefit-
Not everybody from like South Africa wants to
One
come here.
second.
Only a select few do.
Okay, hold on. Okay. The benefit for America is that America basically grows. It's a bigger economy. It's going to have a bigger military, for example. Every one of these countries has a military. This military becomes part of the American military. So that's just one example. So it's better for
That's
for the
it. Do we keep their natural resources? Like, are we able to mine on their land? Are we able to have their
It's
entire?
like every state. It's no different than any other state. Would you say this about
Okay.
California?
Okay.
Right. Everybody keeps
That's
their
not
own.
true.
Every state, it's the state. I don't know. Every state has a constitution. a
Yeah, you're
governor.
definitely not American.
But why not just have it where like
We're
if
not
the select
American.
few want to come in, just let them come in instead of like colonizing all these places?
Oh,
Why not
look,
just allow like the select few that want to come in just to come in instead of like taking on a huge amount of people, an entire whole nation with millions of people that we're gonna have to care for.
We don't have to.
Like I understand we have like
we don't
thousands of people coming in every year, but like like
no, we're not gonna take care. No, we're not gonna take care of anyone. They're gonna be independent, just like every other state. We're not taking care of anyone. They have a path to statehood and citizenship. We're not taking.
They'd be subjected to the federal government, right?
What?
Yes.
They'd be subjected to the federal government. They'd be entitled to all the benefits American citizens get.
There's
like they can get Social Security, right?
There's 100-year path to statehood. It's not. Nothing is instantaneous. They're not gonna be benefiting from Social Security on day one. No, that's not happening. It's
They will in 100 years.
There's what?
In 100 years, they will.
In 100 years, if everything goes according to plan, there's going to be tests along the way. This is the path to statehood / citizenship. If everything works out, they're going to be like every other American in 100 years. But on day
now, what about us caring for the land though, and the people in the time frame that we have? Like we have to care for those people. We can't just let it go to shit.
No. That's not happening. I already answered the question. Look, Hardrain, I don't like having to answer the same question multiple times. I answered. We're not doing that.
I just don't get like what it would be like. What will the benefit be for them? Like, because like if I was voting on this, like let's say like, I'm 25 years old right now. Let's say I'm voting on this. In 100 years, I get the benefits, but I'm dead.
Hardrain, you asked the question. What's the benefit for them? Look, and
I'd lose my sovereignty as a country.
Hold on, Hardrain, let me answer. So the Indians, a lot of Indians, I would say all Indians basically want to immigrate into the United States. The question is, why do they want to immigrate to the United States? The answer is, well, because of the economics, because there's economic opportunities in the United States. There's jobs and everything is terrific in the United States. Why is the economy in the United States so terrific? Well, my answer is there's nothing special about the air or even the people. Because a lot of the people in the United States are Indian. So there's nothing special about Americans, the air, the terrain, nothing. The special is the system. The system that evolved, that is the United States, is a very successful system economically. So this system, I'm going to just give to the Indian people. Here is the Constitution and the rest of it. You're going to have a path to a statehood. You're going to become a state in time, but on day one, you're already going to be improving your Indian system into the American system, and that's going to improve you.
Wait, Mr. Slave, Mr. Slave, here's the thing. The truth about Indians is, or the high-paying immigration is, that they do not like America. They do not want to stay here. They only want to come here for a few years to 5 years, get enough money, and go back home. So if you make India into America, where are they gonna go? They don't have no home.
I'm offering Indians. I'm saying to India, listen, I see that a lot of you want to come into America.
Look, I don't think it's that simple, bro. Because if it was really, it's not just our system; it's also our history that makes it so fucking awesome. And if Indians recognize this, they would already implement this in their own country. It's not true, you know what I mean? Like they would already implement our constitution into their system.
Okay, look.
Reality is, bro, we're base as fuck.
What do you mean?
And GG's in the chat for Indian.
Okay, but you have to explain to me, why is America so great? What makes America great? What is it? What the people genetically, right? Genetically,
We're just running on fumes right now, honestly.
It's the money. It's the easy money. That's what makes America great. Nothing else.
We came out on top of World War II, and we're running on fumes right now, and the Chinese will catch up.
And it's not gonna catch up.
But remember, half of your population is the LGBTQ now, so you're not that special.
Don't overestimate the Chinese. Their
GDP is mostly fucking synthetic, bro. It's all just.
I get it, but they're only 100 miles from Taiwan. We were only 100 miles from Cuba, and we saw how that turned out with the Soviet Union. Only 100 miles from Taiwan. They have air superiority over the island. They have the largest navy in the world. They have 350 times of the shipbuilding capacity of the United States.
All shit ships, bro.
They have all of our
how many super carriers do they have? How many super carriers do they have?
And they have 2 billion. They have 2 carriers now. I actually thought they only had 1 still. And it's not. And it
Yeah,
sounds like
2
shit. I
carriers.
know.
We have
But they
super
don't need
carriers.
carriers though. They don't need carriers for Taiwan. They don't need carriers. Their coastal artillery will sink our 7th Fleet. They don't need no carriers. What do they need carriers
Bro,
for?
we can destroy that
their air
shit
bases
from the
100 miles
homeland.
from
All we
Taiwan.
have
They
to
don't
do is
need
just
carriers.
bomb it from here.
We're 16,000 miles away. The mainland United States is from Taiwan. You don't think we could defend that?
Okay,
We can
Bro,
try.
we got it, bro. You're glazing the Chinese.
We can try.
No, you're just jealous. You're just jealous. China is the best.
No,
No.
he's Taiwanese and he's
I
afraid
agree,
of China.
I
and
agree.
I support
I-
Taiwan.
yes,
so
I
if
support
China
Taiwan
goes
too,
to
but I just think it's. I
Yeah,
don't
hard-
see it.
if China tries to invade
Iran,
Taiwan,
naval
I'm
bases
willing to
are
go to
hard.
war over
One
that
at a
issue
time.
personally.
Okay. Enough has been said. Let me reply. So, yeah, I agree with Hard Rain and with anyone who says that China is, it's going to overtake the United States. It's overtaking the United States. They have a greater growth, economic growth than the United States. The Chinese economy is growing, I would say, at twice.
It's all it's a lot of it's synthetic, brother. A
But
lot
I
of
don't
it's
think
You're
they'll
just
synthetic.
jealous.
So what their local what their
No.
local government would do is
Jealous.
they would build a lot of buildings up high and they will synthetically like artificial. They'll make the GDP artificial. So industries
do
like
that.
a whole bunch of
Who said this? CNN?
You need
ABC News? Where did you get this information?
Yeah.
They make ghost towns. They do.
Up
They
your
have,
ass.
like, legit towns that
Okay,
have, like,
if
nobody
you
inside.
okay, slow down. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to make the claim about ghost towns and stuff like that, you need to actually bring up actual statistics. So
Well, there's a reason why their debt is like so high in like real estate, right?
I don't know. Look, at the end of the day,
Yeah, he doesn't know, but that's exactly what they do. They build a lot of shit.
Yeah, I agree.
To fake their economy
I
in
don't
a
know.
way.
You watch too much CNN, my brother.
I don't know.
If you're building
No, I
things,
don't
you're
think the
producing
Chinese will
things.
overtake the United States, but they will kick us out of Asia, and they will match us. It's
Okay.
up to the American people if they
So-
want to they want to continue to keep being assholes to our fucking North American brothers. They want to keep being pricks to them and have them be pushed in the bricks. They can do that, or we can hold hands with them and make a regional bloc together.
What do you mean regional
It's up to
bloc?
the Americans. If they
Amen,
want to
amen.
right now, they want to fucking take the canal and go into Mexico and invade them like a bunch of fucking idiots. They're gonna push
Bro,
them
who do you
right
think
into
funds
Chinese.
Venezuela? It's a socialist country. China. Who do you think
Okay,
sends all the immigrants? China.
I get that, but I'm talking about North America right now. We need to
Hard
focus on
rain.
our continent. We need to
Hard-
expand into South America,
hard
and we need to
rain.
do it as brothers,
Hard rain.
like the Europeans
slow
did.
down. Hard rain. Please slow down. Like let me respond a little bit.
Yeah, but you don't even know what's going on in Central America or South America, dude.
I don't know what's going on.
You
What's
tell
going
us
on
then.
there?
Teach us.
What's going on?
Lecture
Yeah,
us.
tell us.
Oh,
What's
do you
going
know
on?
what just happened in
You give us drugs, we
Argentina?
give you guns. What's going on?
I know what you know. What do you mean? I listen to the news. I'm always
You give us drugs, we give you
No,
guns.
not you, bro. These guys.
Well,
Oh,
what's going
okay.
on in Central America? Tell me.
What do you mean?
Oh, they just got a new president.
Who got a new
He-
president? Central America's the whole region. What are you talking
Argentina.
about? Which
Hard
country?
rain. Hard
Dude,
rain.
you talked.
Slow
You
down.
said America. You said South America.
Okay, look.
That's not a fucking country. It's a continent. So which country? Which country got a new president?
Central
Hard rain.
America is not a country either,
Hard
dumbass.
Mexico got a new
rain.
president? Yeah, they did.
Hard
Central
rain.
America is not even a
Okay,
country.
guys, stop. Okay,
No
stop.
shit.
Hard rain. Stop.
What are you saying, Mr. Slave? Sorry.
I'm saying, well, let's discuss first of all China, right? So China, you're saying, is going to kick us out of wherever, right? Where China is up and coming, and it poses a danger to the U.S. You know,
In the world,
basically,
yes. In the world.
right? Being right,
They
being
make diseases.
being the empire, the current planetary empire. So we like the United States. We don't like China. China is terrific. It has, good stuff, but China is a dictatorship. So that's like, I don't know. I didn't try living in China, but
Socialism.
no, there's
More
no,
of an
no, there's no
oligarchy.
socialism in China. Actually, China, I would say, is less socialist than the United States.
Yeah, China is not a socialist country.
Marx would fucking
Definitely not.
stop at China.
The question is, how can we help the United States? What can help the United States continue being the dominant empire on the planet and not have China take over the planet from the United States? That's the question.
Well, for starters, Oh, go ahead, Longfish. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think you might overestimate China. Like the future is going to be dominated by the people who are actually having children. China's not having many children. Okay, Africa's having children. The Middle East is having children. India is having.
Why do you say that the future depends on whoever's having children? Why do you say that?
Because of their population. Like China is going to have half as much of a population as it currently does 50 years from now, right?
No.
No, I don't know.
No, it just will.
Let's assume it does. Let's assume it does. It's still 500 million.
It is a.
It's still, you know.
Yeah, it's
the
a
US
1.18 birth rate.
Okay, the US is 300 million, and China is, you know, triple that right now.
Wait, I hope you're not arguing that more people would help the U.S. because then your argument about immigration just goes out the fucking dumpster.
That's my question. My question is, why do you think that whoever has the most children takes over the planet? Why would you say that? Like, argue. What's the?
I think it's just. I think it's a little
abundance
like
of
if
labor.
we're gonna imagine the future. I don't think a country that is actively reducing its population massively to half the current amount it currently has is going to be a huge leader in the future. India has a much higher birth rate. They're going to be much more successful.
Longfish, you need to argue. You can't assert. We're not here to make assertions. What you think or don't think is okay. Now support it with an argument. Like, who cares how many kids you're having? How is that relevant to the discussion? Why would you say that having more kids as a country is good or bad? Like, what's the argument? What's the logic? Like China used to be, it was growing to over 1 billion.
His logic is economic output. His logic is what
Yeah, I
what's being
agree.
produced.
I agree. Let me just say
And
that.
that's why he's also
agree.
making a wrong assertion
Yeah, I
because the
agree.
countries with the highest birth rates are mostly in Africa. Now tell me,
Exactly.
who do you think is investing in Somalia?
I agree. And China grew to
But no, this goes back to what you were saying before,
I
though.
agree. You know
Why
what?
are they not investing in Somalia, and why do
agree.
people invest in the United States?
Hold on, we'll come back. Hold on one second. I'm just saying
Well, I
that.
mean, there's nothing to agree with. I haven't made a claim yet. I'm asking you a question.
Then give me a second. I'll answer. But just before that, so China became over 1 billion people when it was literally the poorest by far. Chinese were all literally starving to death as China crossed the 1 billion. So having children has nothing to do with being, you know, a dominant power. Now, what's your question? Happy taxes?
Why do people invest in places like the United States, places like the UK or France, instead of places like Somalia or Niger or places like that?
Well, I don't know if people are not investing in
So
Africa.
our country's more stable. It's more
I
stable
think-
in terms of
Exactly.
political.
Institutions. But then on top of that as well,
Wait,
human
hold
capital,
on.
or when we talk about resources, human resources are the most valuable.
Wait,
The guy
hold
has a
on.
point with birth rates,
Hold
but
on.
what gets more,
Wait.
what comes more valuable are those institutions, are those investments in
happy
infrastructure and things along those lines.
Happy taxes. As far as I know, some countries in Africa have a GDP per capita growth of almost 10% year over year. Like, I heard that Botswana has like 9% economic growth year over year. It's like one of the, if not the fastest growing on the planet by far. So
Sure, but again,
means-
keep in mind, these are developing countries that are playing catch up. So say they get to a stage or a level where, you know, they have some infrastructure. All of a sudden,
No, but
they
you
grow
said no one
exponentially.
invests. Wait, you said no one invests, but that's not true. I mean, obviously people invest.
Right now, no. My point is, in terms of what exists now to this day, you're going to have way more investors still in the United States or still in the UK or places like that,
How do you know
because
that?
there's more of an output in their investment. There's a certainty in their investment. They know that there's going to be a certainty in the amount that they're investing.
That's not necessarily true.
That is true. That is
asserting.
objectively true.
I just told you
There's
that
a reason.
Botswana-
For instance, when you invest, for instance,
I just
right? When you
told you that
invest,
Botswana is
people are
growing.
more likely to invest in the S&P 500 than some, you know, like what are those called? Junk bonds, right?
Even if
Why do you think that is?
Look, I'm not disagreeing with the rationale of where is it good to invest. I'm just saying that at least some places in Africa have become very very good investments, very attractive, very lucrative investments like
They might
Botswana.
And
they
guess
might
who
be
invested
better
in them? China.
investments, but that's not my
Guess who's
point.
investing in Central America and South America? China.
Argentina is very good to invest in right now because of Milei.
Yup.
He's fixing stuff. So a lot
Buy
of
some
places in the world are
Argentinian
fixing.
lithium
A lot of places in the
stocks.
world are fixing themselves up. It's not
But
like
you wouldn't know about that.
anyway.
No. My point is what you were saying earlier with like GDP per capita. You know, your claim before with immigration, for instance, you were asking, does immigration make our lives better as Americans? But I think you're looking at this stagnantly. Like I think you are looking at GDP per capita with one person who gets added to the United States. Sure, GDP per capita moves up, but it's still this kind of flat thing. I think that's how you're seeing it. Am I correct in that assumption?
I'm asking you if you add.
No. I genuinely don't know. I'm asking you, is that the way that you're looking at this?
What do you mean? When you increase the size of the population, and let's assume that increases the total size of the economy, fine, that has zero impact on the GDP per capita, on the size of the economy per person, which is the quality of life. So you're not improving American lives by immigration. So immigration is a net neutral at best, mathematically.
All right. So this is where I think you're missing the point. When we figure in GDP per capita, we are dividing the population with total GDP, right?
What?
But what is GDP? We're looking at other things as well when we're talking about like production. We're looking at efficiency and infrastructure and all of these things as well that matter and make things. No, we are. There's a reason why people produce more.
Hold on. Efficiency. We're not talking about efficiency. So
no, but we are in terms of economic output. That's exactly what we're talking about. That is exactly what we're talking about. And so
wait, hold on. When you bring in an immigrant, you're changing the efficiency of the economy?
Immigrants can produce more.
And
it depends on what they're producing as well. It depends on where they're working.
Hold on.
For instance, if you bring in a refugee, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, that's not going to add to your GDP, okay? But if you bring in a immigrant that is working, I don't know.
Hold on. I'm
go on.
assuming
You keep on interrupting me, man. But I'm trying to give you my point here.
Yeah. I'm assuming your point. I'm assuming if
exactly. You're assuming my point by interrupting me.
Hold on. I'm answering you. You brought up a point. You don't need to bring up now examples of this and that type of immigrant. You don't need to because it doesn't matter. I'm assuming that when you bring in an immigrant, that immigrant is going to be as productive as the average American. It's either going to be a high-tech worker or a low-skill worker, or on average, it's going to be as productive as potentially an average American. There's no reason to assume that the incoming immigrant is different genetically or somehow is different than an average.
That's not the claim.
Hold on.
It depends on.
Let's assume. Hold on. Let's assume that you bring in an immigrant that is as efficient or as productive as an average American. Then the productivity of this extra person, you just grew the total American economy by one person. You didn't change the American economy per person. That stayed the same. You just added one person to the U.S. economy. You grew the economy.
And you keep on interrupting me because you think my point, but you don't.
You said
there's other factors that are involved in this.
You said
for example,
you
the
didn't
working
change,
age.
You're not
when we're talking about the working.
You're not
Fucking
changing.
Christ, dude! If you want people to challenge you in your argument, at least let them fucking speak. Fuck this shit.
No, you challenged me, and you're not letting me answer. Wait, did he leave?
Yeah. Mr. Slave, homie, you still debating about immigration up in this bitch? You trying to colonize the world still?
I mean, I think the U.S. should try to colonize the planet. I want the U.S. to grow. I want the U.S. to be, the planetary empire.
Are you from the U.S.?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, did you hear Argentina is going to try to use
What do you mean
dollars
doesn't
now?
matter?
It doesn't matter what I am. I
I
am
feel like
pro America.
Argentina.
I love America, and I want America.
Wait, hold on, brother, bro. If you're not even from America, though, and you're
Doesn't matter.
claiming this much love for America, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of.
Yeah, it's weird.
You,
To be
you have to
fair,
be
I
from
mean, we should
America,
know your
right?
credentials where you're from.
Okay, life is
I'm
weird.
from South Dakota. I mean,
Yeah, at
Okay.
least say you're from America.
Okay. It doesn't.
I think you did say you were from America, though.
I'm an
Yeah, he
American.
mentioned it at one
Damn, this
point.
whole debate got crazier. This is so hilarious. I'm happy, Nay, that you're happy.
But the
Okay.
whole point is, though, I don't think we're in the mood for expansion. We're not even prepared for expansion right now. We're too
Well,
divided. We're too polarized for
Expansion
expansion.
is bad, though, bro. Like
Ain't
we
the
don't want to
1890s?
colonize the
No,
world.
we're
okay.
collapsing. We're actively collapsing right now.
Okay, so I have
Yeah,
a
well, I
path.
don't think we're collapsing. It's just that we're
I'm suggesting a path for the United States to take over the planet and become the greatest empire, even better than before. That's my plan. Anyway,
But we
guys,
can't do that morally. You know what I mean? That's in a moral sense. You can't do that. Like we
why
can
not?
because we have the infrastructure and the
Wait, why
military
not?
power.
No, nothing
But
to
in
do
the
with
moral
I don't
sense,
think
we
we
can't.
should, though.
I'm not saying by
I don't think we're
force.
strong enough right now to do that.
I didn't say by force. I said offer every country on the planet to hold a referendum. That means democratic. And if 51% of them want to join as the 51st, 52nd, so on state, then here's a copy of the Constitution. Welcome. You have a path to statehood and citizenship over the next 100
Okay, so
years.
this
Is
wait,
that
this
all
is
it
how I
takes?
this is how I know you're American. This is how I know you're American, right? Because 0 countries would vote for 51% for that bill. Like the rest of the
Maybe
world hates
Canada.
us.
Okay, one at a time. One at a time. One country on the planet. I'm sure there's one country on the planet that will gladly join, and then everybody else will
Maybe
see.
Canada.
Whatever.
Maybe Canada, but even
England,
then, that's
England might
bad. We
join us.
don't
England
want
will be the
Canada.
closest to NATO, and
And
they
then
want to fuck with us.
every
They
other
don't want
country.
our shitty healthcare system.
Okay, hard rain stop. And then every other country will decide if they want to also join the union, and slowly, one by one, and then at the end, everybody will join us. As long as we our economy keeps being great.
So I'm
That's
assuming
a
that
nice
you view
fantasy. I
America
like that
as
idea.
like the #1 in the world, right?
It's a nice
For
fantasy.
what?
I mean,
Like lifestyle
America is
living?
not number one. No, American quality of life is by far not number one. America is not number one
Then
in
what?
anything except for it's the strongest empire. I have a path to turn America into number one in every economic metric.
I definitely don't want to raise a family.
But I'm confused. Why wouldn't we take the current #1 country
It's
for
not going to be the strongest.
lifestyle and then
You can do that.
like quality of life,
I think
and then they can offer it?
Yeah, you could do that. I think Singapore is the number one, or one. I don't know. Maybe
There you go.
maybe
And then
even-
maybe US could sign that. You know what I mean? We
That's-
become Singapore instead
Yeah,
of being
but
US.
Singapore doesn't have a system, a federal system. They don't have a system by which other countries can join. But fine, I don't have a problem. I don't care. Right now,
So, Mr.
I-
Slave,
So
if
you
you say
advocate for a
immigration, though,
totalitarian government? Is
what?
basically what it is, right?
What?
You advocate for a
Mr. Slave, if you
totalitarian
hate
government?
immigration.
Hard rain. Hold on 1 second. Wait, what did you ask?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I
No,
was saying that you advocate for a totalitarian government.
no. I believe in a democracy. I actually, if you ask me, I don't believe in a complete democracy. I believe, like in the original founding fathers, that you had to own like land. So, in my opinion, like the more you own, like you should be able to buy shares, stocks in the United States, and the more shares you own, the more vote you have. If you ask me, that's a better, more democratic system. So
So Elon Musk would have the most voting power as of
he
now.
can buy as long as he buys stocks. Right now, he has stocks in Tesla. He doesn't have stocks in the United States. But if you buy,
But he has the most liquidity that he could pull, right?
He
From
has
his stocks, he
zero-
has the most liquidity.
he's the most illiquid person on the planet. He has $0 liquid, as far as I know. He doesn't have any money.
That's what I'm saying, though. He could liquefy what he has, and then he would be.
That's fine, but fine. Yeah. Anyway, fine. You can do whatever you want. But if you ask me, that's a better system than just give one person one vote. Like,
Is that fair to poor people, though?
Yeah, you're willingly, which you yourself would be willingly giving away more power to somebody else.
Yeah, because I believe in I believe in capitalism. You know, like capitalism is just voting with your wallet, right? We all voted for Elon Musk with our wallets. That's basically what happened.
Oh fuck! No, I did not vote for that fucking piece of
Fine.
shit.
Okay.
It's a fucking disgrace
Guys,
that he's
guys,
from
what did
America
he
and he
do
has
to?
the direct ear to the president. It's disgusting.
Okay.
A literal fucking foreigner billionaire is the
Yeah,
president.
this
It's
is
disgusting.
actually a crazy viewpoint, though. I've never heard this before from this guy or from like anybody, Mr. Slave. I've never heard this viewpoint.
What viewpoint? That we should have.
That you have.
Right. Yeah, I came up with it. I thought about it. Like I thought about like democracy is great, but democracy has problems because the poor end up voting the money from the rich and they destroy
Yes,
the
I
wealth.
agree.
So you need to
Exactly,
somehow
I
stop
agree.
the poor from destroying the country. So how do you do that? So one
Hey,
way.
but the
Not
poor
just the
work.
poor. Remember the
Hold on,
lazy
the poor
people.
make the majority of the country, and they pay a lot of the taxes. So, like, why are you gonna fuck over the poor? They do all these shitty ass jobs that the fucking oligarchs force them to fucking do, and now they're gonna have more voting power because they own more shares.
Hard rain. You don't have to use profanities. I agree. There's no There's no perfect.
I'm sorry, I'm just
system.
very
Hard rain.
emotional.
Hard rain. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not cussing
Yeah,
at you.
It's fine. Look, but the point is, you're never gonna have a perfect system. Everyone is always gonna end up with the short end of a stick. So it's fine.
But that's gonna fuck over like
yes,
like
I
my
agree.
family. Like my family's
Yes,
poor. Like,
yes,
they're
I
gonna lose their
agree.
voting rights.
Yes, I agree. I agree. There's no perfect system.
I mean, I own
agree.
shares. I have stocks, but like I don't have enough to like fucking compete with Elon Musk. Like that's not fair.
Fine, I agree. There's no
Yeah, but
perfect
don't
system. I'm just saying I
wouldn't
want.
that lead to like a revolutionary war? Don't you think if that system was in place? Like, don't
No,
you think the
because
poor people would eventually have enough?
no, because when you
Violence would be the only solution
no,
at that
because
point.
when you have a rich person and you give him power, he doesn't want the poor to make a revolution, right? He's thinking what you just thought he's always thinking. So he wants to make everyone happy because he knows they can blow up his house or kill him or assassinate him. So he needs to make sure everyone is happy. So it's his interest to make sure everyone is happy. But
Not
the
really, just the
poor,
military.
But I'm confused on who he is. Like, how did he have more qualification than me, per se?
because he right
It's only in a subjective view,
we
right?
all voted with our wallets to make the billionaires rich. That means the billionaires, right? We democratically gave them power. They took this power
Well, you're saying we, but you and I haven't voted for anything.
by making Elon Musk
Yeah, you vote with
wealthy.
your dollar, bro.
Yeah, you voted for Elon Musk with your wallet by buying Tesla and SpaceX, right? We voted.
But I don't purchase those stocks. Is what I'm
Fine, you
saying.
bought Amazon, you bought Bezos, you voted
Right,
with
right,
your
right.
wallet.
No, I
for-
get you. You're right. I do buy corporation shares, but
Fine,
yeah, go
we
ahead.
I'm investing
vote.
in Amazon.
Fine, we vote with our wallets. It's democratic. Like billionaires have power democratically if you define democracy as voting with your wallet. I don't like one person, one vote because then right, it's like two. How do they say? It's two wolves and a sheep voting what's for dinner. That's not going to end well.
Yeah, but you're only using the subjective, like this guy's over me in terms of financial power. Like that's all you're using is like subjective. So like right now, if me and Elon Musk got into a physical altercation, right, I would win. But in a financial situation, Elon Musk would win.
But
So it's just like subjective what you're putting that this guy has like above me.
But Elon Musk.
Well, that's your fault.
Elon Musk.
That's your fault.
Elon Musk is a.
But it's also Elon Musk's fault for not being in the physical, right?
No, but
you know
Elon
what I mean?
Musk.
Like if it came
Elon-
down to like what I was
Elon-
saying.
Elon Musk has contributed to my life more than you have, right? Elon Musk has contributed to our lives more than anyone else. That's what it means to be a billionaire. So he
contributed.
Yeah, but Mr. Slave, don't you think these billionaires have enough power as it is? Like, why do they need even more electoral power? Like, don't they already have an ear to the president?
But
I feel like the government has to be small though, so where they don't get any money from being in government.
Let me just answer.
A government official.
Let me just answer. What is it?
Elon Musk is literally
hard
right
rain,
around with Trump, and he has like
rain,
a direct
hard
line to him.
rain. Let me answer. So when I have $1, what does that mean? It means that right, I worked for someone, and instead of instead of him working back and helping me back, he said, here is $1. You can use it to, to pay me to work for you later today or later 10 years from now, or you can ask anyone else to work for you, right? That's the dollar. The dollar is society owes me. I worked for society and society gave me $1. That's the credit that I earned with society. And then later I can use this dollar for society to help me back. So it's like credit. Me having $1 is the credit that I earned by helping society. So a billionaire is a person that helped society a lot. That's what it means to be a billionaire.
What about billionaires who inherited their wealth?
Yeah.
Well, then their well, they deserved it. They deserve that legacy.
Yeah.
Their ancestors worked hard to get to that position to pass down the legacy. There's nothing to complain.
No, what we're trying to say though is it's all subjective. What you're trying to say is subjective, right? So these people only made subjective,
what do you mean
like material, like it's material wealth that they have. Like whatever they made is only material, and it actually had no impact on humanity as a whole. You know what I mean?
No, I don't
It's not like they went out there and created free healthcare.
Yeah, but that's not his point. That's not his point.
I don't know what you mean by like everything is material.
Yeah, but under the system, like kids who inherit their parents' wealth, like let's say like Bezos' kids, like would they get more electoral power than like me still?
Yes.
Of course.
Bezos worked hard in order to give his children.
But his kids though.
Right. Bezos worked hard. The reason he worked
I'm confused. I'm confused how you two are in that position advocating for it though. Like if you two are normal people who earn a normal salary, how are you advocating for the billionaire?
It's democracy.
Well, because
you're undercutting your own power.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know about Mr. Slave, but me, I have big dreams, right? I want to be a billionaire. I want to be the next Jeff Bezos, right? And I cannot imagine myself being in that position and some lazy poor guy has voting powers to strip my hard work.
Exactly.
What I've been doing for many years, right?
Exactly.
That's why I'm a capitalist.
Exactly.
None of us are going to become
60% of
billionaires.
billionaires are okay.
That's what's happening in America right now.
What?
60% of billionaires have their wealth inherited, so good luck.
Yeah, but their ancestors worked hard for it. You have nothing to complain about. Your kids can.
Elon Musk worked hard for his wealth. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Inherited a diamond mine.
Everybody started out as a farmer. Some farmers failed. Some farmers became successful. That's how survival of the fittest just works. You can't complain about it.
I get
it.
Capitalism is just like I don't.
But Finland, I have a
power and like I appreciate them and help them out. You know, it's not their fault. Poor people's fault. It's not entirely their fault. I get it's partially their fault, but you know.
Finland, I have a question for you. So the billionaires, right? If you were to advocate for them to have the power, would you advocate for somebody that's poor to kill the person and then take their wealth? Would that be legal as well? Like a fighting chance for them to steal the wealth?
Well, that is illegal in no matter what an alternative world you imagine.
Huh?
Killing.
It's like an
You're so
alternative world. Like if
you're
we were in
asking
this,
me
like,
if it's
scenario
okay to
where,
kill
like,
somebody to
billionaires
steal
have
their
power.
wealth.
Yeah, basically. Like if they were to have more power, right? And then like they were the ones that had like the more electoral power, more financial power, and that was legal for that to happen, right? Would it be legal for poor people such as you and I to go and kill him and then take the wealth? And that
Yeah,
would be ours
but tell me a country where killing is legal.
No. I'm saying in this hypothetical scenario.
Okay, but if
Would that be
everybody,
okay?
if
Would you
everyone,
advocate?
Well, hypothetically, I believe I become Superman and snap my fingers and wipe half of the planet.
look, if everybody can kill everybody, then you don't have a society. You have that's basically the poor countries. In the poor countries, there's
But
violence.
I'm confused on how you think it's just like people would just like fold over for it. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? What's the alternative?
But they have to, just like we folded over to this current democracy.
I'm not saying it's a perfect system. I'm saying it's better than we have now. The problem with democracy is that it's two wolves and a sheep voting on dinner, which means the wolves will vote the sheep for dinner. So the poor.
But
vote-
friend, you and I are sheep. You and I are sheep, and you're advocating for the wolves.
So
absolute
No,
power.
yeah, but
the current.
But no, he's not. He's a sheep that wants to become a wolf. You're a sheep that wants to stay as a sheep.
No,
I've become a wolf, but I'm saying that
No.
right now, you and I are both sheep.
No, I believe
You can try to change your fucking wool to.
Look, the fact of the matter is, hold on.
Hair, it ain't gonna work.
Hard Rain, 1 second. The fact of the matter is that all private businesses are run this way. You buy shares, and for each share, you get a vote. So when people actually have a choice, they don't create democracies at work. They create, right? They create stock markets at work. So that's what people usually do. So I'm just saying there's no reason why a country should be different than private businesses. A country is it should be a private business. There's no reason for a country to not be a private business.
So I understand your viewpoint, right? And it would be nice to be the billionaire in this scenario, but I think you're just taking morality out of the equation altogether.
But
right? You're not really caring about humans as a whole.
Think about Google, right, or any other successful company, right? It's successful. Why don't you just copy the success? Copy the way.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
votes.
not saying anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I think you're taking morality out of the equation and you're advocating for a very few select people to have more than the masses.
I don't believe in morality, and I'm just looking for the maximum output. I'm looking to have the maximum.
What do you mean you don't believe in morality?
I don't believe in morality.
What the fuck does that mean? You don't believe in morality?
Wait. You guys have to define the word morality before you debate on this.
It's like I don't believe in morality. There's no morality. What is morality?
You don't believe that? You don't believe that there's morale and immoral things that could take place?
Correct. There's legal systems. There's no moral. Like moral systems are fake. They don't exist.
People would be happy under the system. Like, do you think
you're
that people would be happy
bro.
under the system?
Wait, one at a time. Hard Rain, hold on. So Yakub, you wanted to ask? Who was asking?
That was theorism, is what you're saying. Like, if you deny morality, even if it's subjective, you could say subjective morality exists, right? But still,
it doesn't.
Oh my god!
Subjective morality. There's no morality. Subjective morality.
Okay, but like, do you think people would be happy under this system, though?
I mean, that's reality. What do you mean? It's not a system. Reality is that there is no morality. That's reality, right?
No,
right?
Under this voting system, do you think people would be more inclined to do violence to get their point across because they can't vote it?
You see that there's
because if you can't vote to impact change, then what's the other alternative?
But you see that there's no violence in private industry. Private industry is the most calm places. They're crazy calm.
Private industry does not have human nature in it. Is what I'm saying.
What are you talking about? Like,
that's why people hate their jobs for one, and two.
Yeah, people have to eat in the real world. There has to be healthcare. There has to be entertainment. There has to be family. Right? The stuff isn't in the private industry you're discussing. There's only financials in the private industry. So of course it makes sense for the system you're saying to take place in the trade industry, in the stock market, right? Because it's only financials, but you're taking out what I said before, morality from the equation. Like you're just treating people like they're nothing, like they're just objects. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't.
Oh, wait a second.
You wouldn't say that Google treats its employees like they're nothing. Google treats its employees very nicely.
Dude, they treat them like they're nothing, bro. The inequality to pay from the owner to the fucking workers.
They pay them very well, and their conditions are
exactly. They pay them very, very well.
Yeah,
very, very well,
bro. The shareholders out earn the workers.
So,
like by like 10-1.
Shareholders have nothing to do. Shareholders get dividends from the earnings of a company, nothing to do with the salary.
Exactly. Well said.
So when you buy shares in a country,
wait, what?
You're getting dividends from the
whoa,
earnings.
Whoa. If a company's paying more to its employees, then of course they're gonna have to cut dividends and bind out their stocks and stuff. Of course they're gonna have to.
Okay, I fine. I didn't say anything.
You sound like Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Who sounds like Destiny?
What happened?
The guy that sounds like Destiny sounds like Destiny.
Who? Which one?
That was the guy.
Give us the name.
Twitter.
This one, this guy. Hold on. His name is the Rain. Yeah.
Hard Rain. Destiny.
Hard Rain is obviously a leftist, and Destiny is a leftist. So yeah, they're very similar in their leftism. I agree.
Not really a leftist.
Yeah,
I have left-wing
Destiny.
economic
Yeah,
policies.
brother.
Yeah, that's what Destiny.
Dude,
I
he's
actually
just
sympathize
he's
with the
advocating for
capitalism. I just
human
don't believe
rights, bro, and you're calling him a leftist. Like, do you not understand that? He's advocating that all humans are made the same and that are equal,
I'm
and you're
not.
saying he's leftist.
Wait, you think Google kills its workers, its customers? You've seen someone being
No, no,
mistreated?
no. I'm not referencing Google. I was
Who are you
just referencing the scenario.
Who are you referencing?
No, I was just saying.
A voting
So
scenario.
the guy that made Google, right? Let's take him for example. What does he have over me in terms of like your subjectives that you're stating?
He helped me more than you helped me, so I owe him a lot. I owe you little.
In what way
Yes.
though?
What do you mean?
He gave you more access to technology or
No, he gave
education?
him a job. He gave him a job.
Maybe he gave no, he did not even that. He gave me Gmail and Google and Google Earth and Google Maps. He gave me so much. He improved my life so much. I owe him so much.
So it's just materials, right?
Yeah, there's nothing else.
Materialistic.
Well, there's nothing else in this universe except for material things. There's nothing else.
Let me ask,
I mean, I
Mr. Saver,
guess,
are you
but it's
married?
not like
By
it's not
chance?
like they're getting. It's not like they're giving all that stuff away for free. Like they're getting money in it for returns. It's not like they're doing it out of good heart. Like Apple
But
still has to
Mr.
pay to
Saver,
host Google now. And you
Okay,
still have to buy the iPhone. Like,
hard
they're
rain. 1 second. Zin,
Mr. Saver, are you married?
I'm not
Are you
answering.
married in a
I'm
relationship?
I'm not answering personal questions, but
Oh, here we go. He wants to go to relationship, romance, love for your girlfriend, feelings,
Oh no, I just want to
emotions.
ask. I just want to ask if he has a wife.
it doesn't
Hey, there's
matter.
no emotions in it and feelings in business, right?
It doesn't
We
matter.
work, we get money.
It doesn't matter. Look, when you love a woman, right? You love her body. You love her, right? You love her body. You love the way she talks. You love the way she treats you, right?
The way she smells,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. It's
Go
all
ahead, go ahead.
it's all
I
material.
want to hear this. Go ahead.
You don't love a girl because she's immaterial. You don't love a girl because she's purely, I don't know, without a body. If she didn't have a body, you wouldn't love her as much as when she has a body, right? You love her
Exactly.
body, you love her boobies and her
Exactly.
vagina. I mean, you love her body, her toes.
Catching you, bro. Don't let him.
You're destroying them,
What about
man.
her personality?
And when she loves you, she loves your pee-pee. And she and she loves,
About her personality.
Do you think she likes her personality? No.
Yeah.
She likes how the way you
No,
look.
but of course there's personality, but personality is also it's materialistic. It's the way you talk. It's what you talk about. At the end of the day, everything is materialistic. Everything is interpreted into materialism. Everything is material. This universe is material.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, I don't.
otherwise there's no
Go ahead, go ahead.
universe. So when you say spiritual, if you don't mean material, then I don't know what you mean. So there is no God, and there's no right. There's no ethics. There's no morality, and there's no veganism. There's meat on the table, and there is a chick in your bed.
So let me get this straight. You're materialist and you're also nihilist.
What do you
So
mean?
you don't
nihilist?
believe in like a god or like an afterlife. You don't believe in the god or afterlife either.
Right. There's no God. There's no afterlife, but hopefully sooner or later we're gonna live forever. We're gonna fix death. We're gonna live billions of years. Wait, did Zin left? Did Zin leave?
Yeah.
You got upset?
Yeah, he's one.
Oh, he's against. He wants to be spirit. He wanted answers about spirituality.
Yeah. He's from this Christian BC. He's one of Chico's
Oh.
friends.
Okay. Right. Okay. So Christianity is disinformation.
thought he was a Jew.
What? Stop. No, we're not talking about that.
I thought he was Jewish.
It doesn't matter.
I don't hate Jews. I don't hate them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying good or bad. It doesn't matter.
I'm actually kind of a Jews, to be honest.
I don't care about religion. Religion.
It's only because I feel bad for them. Because everyone
Religion-
shits on them. So
Okay, religion is disinformation. There's no God. God is a lie. Congratulations. All right, I think we're done. I think we beat this horse to death multiple times. I'm gonna go kill myself now. I'll see you guys later. All right. Okay, 2 hours and 13 minutes. Let me see. Damn, this whole debate got crazier. Okay, it was a good debate. Very good debate. But I gotta go eat. Bye bye.